What's up, guys? Red, get in here, dude. We got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about today. Is
What's
the
up,
Skyfire
everyone?
news? Red, the UFO late group is imploding. Dude, this story got crazy right off the bat. If you guys don't know about it, you're going to hear about it today. Red, I think we got to start this off to let the listeners know exactly like what is happening. Like, what are the stakes at here? You know, what are these sides? There's
And we got a special
factions.
guest who everyone wants to hear from, UAP Mike.
We do.
But yeah, let's just play this quick clip and let's bring Mike up and let's just go through everything that happened.
Cool.
This is and my heart goes out to Joyce. This is how they're being
Absolutely.
treated right now by their former friends.
Frankly don't give a shit what sort of medical condition she has. I'm going to exploit everything that she has against her until they fucking cry and know exactly what they did. And so I'm not going. I'm not.
Jason. I don't know if you're aware, Jason. Their lives are over.
I'm not.
So like the whole
I'm not.
forgiveness thing.
I'm not going.
Wow. Without further ado, everyone, we got UAP Mike. Mike, how you
Right.
doing? You're muted. Is that on us? Oh, let me see. There you go. There. I think it's on your end. We can't hear you.
He's on. Mike, that was crazy. What I just heard from Carlos. Oh, Mike will get there. He'll get there.
In what they're doing is they're making a lot of references to Joyce here. She's had brain aneurysms actually. So they're just kind of like poking at that very real thing, which is pretty just disgusting. Whatever you may feel about Joyce, right? I know there's people probably who have their feelings, but that's just it's a no go for me.
What a awful thing not only to like say, but to say publicly with like conviction and pride, as if they were really happy that was gonna that was gonna be like heard by people. I don't know. I think that's one of the grossest things I've ever heard said online. Like okay, we got UAP Mike back. Let's get him up here. There he goes.
There we go. How you doing, Mike?
I did not hear that audio until I just came up here.
Oh, sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
Well,
there,
you know,
man.
I've been taking a break from social media, and I come to find out, right, there are like people very upset, I guess, because they were thinking with a different head than they normally think, right? And they've gotten themselves into a lot of, I don't know, love triangles, as you might put it, right?
Yeah.
I didn't do any of this. I've been happily married, and like y'all are just running around there, flying to different cities, like saying I love you in 3 days, and like somehow this is my problem, bro. I have truth to tell anybody out there who thinks like I'm the problem in that situation. I have nothing to do with it. I really don't, and you're just mad at me.
Mike, what's the situation? Why is Carlos so mad that he would say that?
I think it's something my wife did. I had nothing to do. That's not something a dude does. Like my wife was really pissed, I think, over, I was really upset at some of the way, like some of these dudes who pretend like they care about racism, right? And like they stick it to Tupa, right? They stick it to you because you've been, pretty racist, homophobic, whatever. And of course, like other people in their circles do the same thing. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, y'all are ready to go to war. And then like you pat Mary on the back when she's like, white people are gracious. It's KMF is the biggest simp of all of them, dude. He's the worst. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He's, and he knows it. Like, I'm not telling him anything. I haven't told him anyways. But yeah, he said the UFO Lit group is he told me, all right, get this. KMF told me like 3 days ago, or I don't know, maybe a week ago. He's like, I'd take a bullet for you and Joyce. Yeah, he said that. He said he'd take a bullet for me.
Well, yeah, let's get through the timeline. But if that's the first you've seen of that,
and I wish he did.
Bro, that is not. They've been saying a lot more than just that. A lot more.
I think there's a lot of people out there who would want KMF to take a bullet for me. Like, quite literally. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we don't. Maybe we'll have a boxing match or something. But
I don't care. I'm just saying he's saying it. Like, do you think I was like, yo, KMF, would you take a bullet for me? I don't fucking ask anybody that because I'm married and I'm like a normal person, right? He's like psycho. He's out there like, bro, I took a bullet for you. What do you think he'd take for Leah? He take 12 inches for Leah.
Leah Prime, shake.
Before we get into it, then let's just see what some of the people have been saying since you haven't seen any, and then we'll go through the timeline.
Using the worst picture of me.
Send us a picture. We'll put a better one.
Pictures.
That's the only picture. Like, sorry.
I implore you, if you have either of these two thugs in your follower list, block them immediately. Both are a stain on humanity and on our community. UAP Mike and Cosmic Dahlia are terrible human beings. They have been terrorizing their former friends, including Ray, Tiny Klaus, Leah Prime, Shake Leather, uplifting tweets, me, and others. They succeeded in running off Ray, and I'm just about over it myself. It's unhinged. If I had known I was going to purchase merchandise only to be betrayed and see my friends betrayed, I would have just purchased Tupa artwork instead. I really am sorry everyone has to see this, man. I'm very sorry. It really breaks my heart, man. This sucks bad. With any of the Tupas, no sweat because it's what they do. It's to be expected. But from people you supported and were friends with, wild, this has gotten ridiculous. You two have a beef with Lou and Fettuccine, and feel the need to drag everyone else into this because you are having big feelings about being hurt by a meme maker. Because Mike is a man-child. He's mad because his former friends would not agree with him on every miserable, enraged word spewed forth from his gaping maw. Mike cannot tolerate dissent. He does not understand nuance or compromise. You are either with him or a Nazi. I can guess who you're talking about.
Wait,
he
pause.
has driven many
That was a...
Linda Thompson chimed in after Mike was named by name and said, I can guess who you're talking about. Were they... I thought they were very clear about who they were talking about there. That's
I think that goes back to prove I am the most hated person on UFO Twitter.
You are now. You are now.
Am I more hated than KMF?
Dude, a lot of us, I mean,
see,
I don't know.
Not by me. Not by me.
Milk fart, really, if it just takes me to say a few things that are true to change that.
Ducties and experiencers away. He doesn't give up. They lost their minds and attacking everyone like the children they are. Poor behavior. I'm really glad this happened, so we can all see who they were all this time. Absolute shit garbage people. I've remained silent, but now it's gloves off for me too. Go fuck yourself, Joyce. Keep eating those shitty mushrooms and acting the clown. Cosmic Dahlia slurs her words because of all the dick she's sucked. Wow. And not Mike's, unfortunately. Maybe UAP Mike can start fucking her again at some point. If he can, doubtful though. So she can stop being such a nasty piece of shit. IDK. I honestly cannot believe no one has tried to pull her aside about her OxyContin addiction. The OxyContin habit.
Bro,
you guys even made Skyport News.
Milking that Coke cow so hard. I'm not even on the internet. This is all I'm seeing. I'm seeing this all for the first time.
Oh, holy shit! This is the. We're barely getting into it, bro. We're
compilation. You guys,
holy shit!
You shouldn't have
finally got the best of her. Sorry, Mike. UAP Mike's favorite sexual position is watching 2.5 Men reruns in a different room, then awkwardly fist-bumping the mailman on his way out the door. We were kind of trying to mind our own business and were attacked in Pearl Harbor. The perps FAFO'd. And so will you, Cosmic Dahlia. Fuck you and your husband both. It's personal now.
Like Mike has gone like full panda at this point.
Now?
Like
time out.
They're just another version now.
Oh, are we both trying to say?
Who's talking?
Again, fascist, the kingdom of Klaus, right? Dissent gets labeled pandas, right? We're all just,
You've gone full panda now, Mike. How do you feel about that statement?
Telling the truth, Ray. I know she's out there listening.
They all are.
Like she is. It's okay, Ray. I don't hate you, girl. I've had the problem is your friends are all running around talking so much shit behind your back, and you think I'm the enemy, but I'm the one telling you the truth, Ray. KMF, all of them. Brett, right? The fucking fettuccine.
Well, what does KMF say about Ray behind the scenes?
Oh my God, he won't say it to me, but he'll say it to Fettuccine. Fettuccine spent a whole lot of time on the phone with me about Ray when there was like a big problem, right? And like, he's like, yo, me and KMF are like, what do we do about Ray, bro? She's obviously like, I don't know. Do we tell Klaus? Do we tell Klaus to control his woman? And all I'm thinking is like, yo, first of all, Ray is like all right, I'm not going to say who this person out here is claiming to be on stimulants. Someone I know who says they're a therapist, claiming to be on stimulants and then also uses marijuana and is a child's therapist. Isn't that like...
To me, the weirdest thing of what you just said was KMF.
You got somebody who's like
Dude.
fucking a drug addict, like doing therapy to children. Like what the fuck? And they're admitting it on Twitter. I'm sorry, I cursed. I shouldn't have
So yeah, they said you got a full panda. Let's get
cursed.
through the. Well, there's some more clips we got to show you, Mike.
It gets much worse. Ashton, you might be
worse.
right about this.
Folks. We might get Ashton in here after this thing as we go through the timeline.
Guys.
Full panda at this point, like
so much shit
full
about
panda.
Red,
Both.
I didn't
It's
want to have
personal
anything
now.
to do with it.
Like Mike has gone like full panda at this point. Like
Full
they're
panda.
just another version now of the Tupa.
Right?
He uses his wife as a shield too. He
That's
uses his wife
right.
as a shield because if a woman pushes back, he throws her in front.
That's right. And she is his attack dog, and she goes for the jugular and the lowest common denominator. They're not good people.
Oh,
Fuck them.
guys,
I did mention.
they are called the UFO hate group for a reason. That is the most hateful shit I think I heard in a long time, dude. They're just doing this shit in public. That's crazy. That's crazy.
A lot of crying. A lot of crying.
The
A lot of
mushrooms.
coping.
A lot of coping. Oh, this is
A lot of coping with their own.
You guys are
notice none
currently.
of this is Mike is a liar. None of this is Mike isn't telling the truth, right?
No, you guys are both drug addicts now. This is the new one.
I'm just
you're crazy drug addict.
Drug addict.
I did mention the mushrooms in regards to Mike and Dahlia.
Fucking two to be despicable pieces
I
of
get
shit.
talked about the
All right, time
mushrooms. Meanwhile, there's a child's therapist running around on Twitter taking stimulants and weed. But I got to get talked to about my. I'm not dealing with children. I'm not a children's therapist, bro. I'm not.
True.
So, like, I don't know if you're concerned with my drug usage, then maybe you should be listening to what other people are saying on Twitter. I don't know. Seems a little hypocritical.
Yeah. And then. You want to pause it? We got uplifting tweets here. The source of all this, and we're gonna go through the timeline as soon as we're done with what they've been
He's
saying.
fat. He's
who
fatter
is
than all of you? You want to know why you ain't never seen his face, bro? He's got necks into next week. Like I'm out here, I'm showing you my neck, bro. His necks are like this. I don't know. How can I make it bad? You know, like that.
Breaking news.
Like
We got a
this
sky-
on
sky-
the fucking screen, dude. It's embarrassing. And
Is that
like,
why they're always? Is that
I'm
why they're
not
always
sure,
making
but
people
no, you want
fat?
to know why? That motherfucker is like making memes of people being fat out there.
There it is.
He's that
There it
dude.
is.
For 100%, he is the fattest fucking person I've ever seen. On
Oh,
Twitter. Without doubt. Yo, tell me I'm lying. Tell him to go on camera and prove I'm wrong. He's way fatter than fucking me, bro. Way fatter than Lou.
No.
Red.
Lou reviews look skinny.
Oh.
Is
And I
this?
can't wait for KMF to clip all this. I don't care, KMF. Like, I'm not even. You can do it, bro. You're still like.
Oh no, they're going to war with you.
he's
Let's
still,
get back
like,
to. Let's get
I'm
back
not going to war with KMF. KMF is still like, you know. He's a
I haven't been in
loser. He always was, but you know, that's what it is.
people's
You know, he
DMs
was
like
called Child Protective Services on Tupa, and I talked him out of it.
Oh, he should. No, he
Yeah,
should
he
call
was
him.
like, "Yo, I'm calling CPS." I'm like, "Yeah, don't do that, dude. That's
So he wanted to call Child Protective Services on Tupa.
On me.
yeah." He put it in type. He put it in Word. Like, I'm gonna call CPS on Tupa.
They
Chat,
did
does
that.
that sound sane as hell to you? I wish this motherfucker would, dude. Like, I swear to God.
It was over the job thing. When he thought Panda was calling his job, he's like, "Yo, I'm calling CPS on Tupa."
Oh my God,
Which I never did, by the way.
dude. These
And I was
guys.
like, don't go nuclear.
Guys.
Don't do that, bro. I told him, I'm not saying do some fucked up shit if someone called your job, but like, don't call CPS, bro. That's really.
And that's what I appreciate about you, Mike. Even with the
Yeah,
discussion.
so I'm a douchebag, right? Like all those guys were in a space saying, "Oh, Mike's on mushrooms. He's doing." Was I ever like kicking around the idea of getting like people's children stripped away from their parents? No, but they all hang out with KMF. Like they're in those spaces with him. And like, do you think anyone else is telling him not to do that stuff? No.
No.
You always did have. You were always the voice of reason.
Like, no, don't do that, bro. But like uplifting tweets, Klaus, Ray, they all fucking love it.
You know why? They're all scared of him.
Well, I don't
Is
know.
that-
I've been out of that group for a while. Like, I don't know what they're doing.
Are Klaus and Ray, are they friends with KMF outside of Twitter, outside of the
So
internet?
there's a degree of separation. Fettuccine Split is the fucking he's the consigliere, right? he sets up all the little fucking group chats. There's no Lou Elizondo involved.
Fettuccine
I thought
uplifting
this was
tweets.
Lou Crew. I thought I was Lou Crew, right? But it's really Klaus Crew. It's Leah Crew. That's what that was all about.
Are they talking to Elizondo and Corbell?
No, I don't think so. Oh, well, Fettuccine probably was talking to Corbell, and just like a fan would. Yeah, Fettuccine Split is blowing Lou at Busch Gardens bathrooms. No, I'm kidding.
Damn. Okay, let's get back to some more of this. But yeah.
Saying like, oh, this happened.
Also, hi Joyce. Hope you're doing well. We're sorry for all the hate you've been receiving lately.
Yeah, that was over the line. Jesus Christ.
We've been having a great time. I don't know, whatever the hate, like, don't need to be sorry. We've been having a great time, not on Twitter, having a life.
That's beautiful.
Seeing this cope is so funny to think about how negative they've all been.
Hey,
Arthur in the chat has a question. Tell us more about Leia Prime and these dossiers.
I don't know anything outside of I don't even know if it's dossiers. I think it's singular dossier.
The other day you said dossiers.
Still a tough word to spell.
Fed language.
So how did this come up?
I really was mean to Matt Monroe because Leah Prime told my wife that Matt Monroe was essentially like a psycho, stalker. It was something to the extent of like basically Leah Prime had no fault. Leah Prime actually talked to me. I don't know. Carlos connected me with her, and I didn't even understand this. Like I fucking hated that lady for being connected to another docs group with Carrie, right? The spooky chick. And like Carlos was like, yo, let me connect you two. And I didn't understand it at the time. I'm like, oh, you guys are friends. Cool, whatever. And I spoke to Leah. And that's where the problem lies. Is I did not go out seeking to have these people lie to me. The only thing I've revealed is what I felt I was lied to about. Now, what my wife did might have been, out of anger. And, I'll never fucking, if you think I'm not, I'll stand up with my wife 10 out of 10.
As you should. And what they did to your wife, we're not even done yet. It's way worse than what
I keep interrupting. Go.
No. We're having a great conversation.
Real quick, we got Ashton in the green room. Let him up.
Oh. What up, Ashton?
Hey, Mike. Good to see you, man.
I
heard you've been going through some stuff.
But I'm not a real fan of yours, to be honest. But that's.
I'm glad you guys are here sharing the stage.
It's a one-way thing.
Civil.
I'm a huge fan. I'm on Team UAP Mike. Just for everybody in the chat, I want everyone to know if whoever these other people are, they're out there. Sorry, I'm with Mike on this one.
Matthew Smith says UAP Mike redemption arc is my new favorite UFO Twitter arc.
Totally agree.
I love it. All right, let's continue a little bit.
You have to pick sides. I've heard that it's actually been kind of the opposite, where maybe they've been in people's DMs, kind of bullying.
And I frankly don't give a shit what sort of medical condition she has. I'm going to exploit everything that she has against her until they fucking cry and know exactly what they did. And so I'm not going.
Jason, I don't know if you're aware, Jason, their lives are over.
I'm not.
So like the whole forgiveness thing.
I'm not going to.
Asshole.
Mike, your lives are over from KMF, dude.
Ashton can't believe his fucking ears right now, dude. Could you? That was
nuts. These people are psychotic, Mike. How do you deal with this, man? Like these people are trying to literally.
There's a lot of tryhards on Twitter. They hate me. Yeah.
Mike, how do you? This was what shocked me. You spent so much time. You spent so much time going to bat for these people, right? KMF, Ray. You know what I mean?
When did I go to bat for Ray, though? Really?
Well, KMF then at least, right?
I definitely put down when I realized how manipulative Ray was. I put that down pretty quick. Yeah, and there's a bunch of people like so. It's all just like they're infatuated with Klaus and like Ray's on essentially speed and weed at the same time, I guess, right? And like she's also giving therapy to children, I guess.
Do you think Klaus talks to Elizondo or Tom DeLonge?
I doubt it.
You doubt it?
Has anybody ever like? I have not listened to one full episode of that garbage show. Like they talk about cool topics, but like I can't seem to get through them.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's about.
So these people don't have any real connection.
No one I know in the UFO community like really talks about their work. It's just like people on Twitter. And I'm not saying like not good work. Like,
our friend Logan did a test on their followers, and apparently a third of them at least are bots. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. But like again, it's just like they're like I don't know what to say. What is this like flow?
It's for the audience to know who's talking when. Next time we play a clip, guys,
Okay,
this is what we're seeing. These
are the connections here, or what does this
There's
mean?
no connections. These are the guys that are basically in one group.
I thought I was the original hate group.
Well, now you've broken off, so you're in the late group.
They're patsing you right now, right?
Who's so one? I don't even know who some of these people are.
All right. Well, so far the vitriol we heard earlier.
Sorry.
The vitriol we heard earlier was from Carlos, right? When he said that he's going to exploit Joyce, right, which is Mike's wife, exploit her everything.
Her aneurysm.
Right? We heard Ray just now talking. Ray is married to Klaus, who's followed by Tom DeLonge. He's kind of a thought leader in this. He's got a podcast. He's got hella followers, and you know he's
Does anyone listen to that podcast? I've never heard anybody reference that podcast ever since I've been on this.
I've never heard it, but yeah. So like, you know, there's all, and then this is Leah. This is the Leah that Mike was just talking about, who said that she was being stalked by people. But it's kind of like a different story to that, isn't there, Mike? Like.
Yeah, like that's what I felt. I think this is kind of where I've had this, like, and I talked about it with my wife, where it's not just me, where I feel like there is a lot of lying coming from some people surrounding Leah Prime. She's very manipulative. Like, I've seen her say like she's going to sue people, like all sorts of weird.
I've heard that. I've heard that.
Like, I don't get it. But like, I'm not saying don't go. It's just like she puts out some weird vibes where she's like, she makes fun of people being on SNAP benefits, right? Some really like, you know, like here's the thing, like KMF and them will rag on people for like using social safety nets, right? And like in the most like cringe edgelordy ways. And then you're like, well, like how do you guys claim to be some sort of like caring about social justice when you're like you take the easiest layups of insults?
You said it, Mike.
Didn't
they
some
don't care.
messages leak? Didn't some messages leak of between? I mean, talking about multiple people who thought they were like Leah's boyfriend.
Yeah, like that's what I'm talking about. There's some like weird love triangle shit that goes on with her. Like I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not the one who's got their hurt feelings out on Twitter saying they're going to ruin people's lives over it. Fucking
yeah. Let's finish this. Let's finish
this
montage real quick.
that may or may not have something to do with mushrooms. Those two motherfuckers can go fuck themselves. Fuck
crying.
them
Hold on, who's
both.
talking? Who's
I
talking
hope
right
they
now?
never
Stain on humanity.
When a new person talks, we should introduce them.
Yeah, we got to get some lore here, guys. Like, I need the build up who these people are. Like, who's
No one
Leah
knows.
Prime? I never even heard of this person.
Okay, nobody knows, right? So Mike mentioned Leah Prime. Again, this kind of this is. How would you describe it, Mike? Like these group, right? Why are they associated with each other? What words would you use to describe their association? Friend group?
Yeah, I would say like basically the patterns. This is what I would say is now like the fans of Patterns Tell Stories, like Klaus's
podcast
influence circle. Yeah, the Klaus.
Okay, the Klaus circle. Okay. So Klaus is kind of a thought leader in ufology. So it's kind of like his inner circle and outer circle of friends.
Brett is his like, and you uplifting tweets and a handful of other people. They act on behalf of Klaus, so he doesn't have to.
Now, why is Klaus respected in this way? Did Klaus bring these people into the community? What's the deal there? What's the
understand. I don't understand the dynamic either. But yeah,
have they met each other in person ever, or do they go to the conferences and stuff like that?
I think some of them have met in person. Yeah. I don't really know too much about it, but yeah, I suspect.
While we're on the Leia Prime lore stuff, let's get to this because about the dossiers, right? This is what's been fascinating a lot of people.
Real quick before we do that, because I want to ask one other quick question to Mike on this. Is like, are these people all like just retweeting each other to like bring each other up and increase their like networks? Is that a thing?
The unique thing about this group isn't that they're lifting each other up. You know what I mean? Which I think I've seen happen from lots. It's that they're how they tear people down and each other down if someone turns, to a different tune or whatever. That's what's unique about this group.
Yeah, but when they do that though, like I've looked at some of their Twitters before, and like you see they're all retweeting one another. Is that a coordinated effort, Mike? What are your thoughts on that?
I think they're all friends. Like they retweet each other anyways. So yeah, I don't think it's super coordinated.
Do you think they're getting positive affirmation from people like you yourself, right? Mike said it was bad that KMF, and just to break it down real simply for the group, there's a group of people that go around harassing people. We just saw what they did to Joyce, exploiting her illness and her aneurysm. Multiple people have spoken about this. Some Mike doesn't like. And some Ashton doesn't like Project Unity's spoken about this group. Black Vault's spoken about this group. They go after politicians. They go after everyone. And there are ties. Mike will disagree. This is where some people agree or disagree to the higher people within the disclosure movement. You don't think so?
Well, so Woke Dazzle guy's in the chat right now, Mike.
What?
Woke Dazzle guy's in the chat. He says Mike was the one running the Zoom meetings to take down Tupa. That sounds pretty coordinated. What's your response to that?
Was I? Was I?
You know what? Tell us about these Zoom meetings because UFO Shane has spoken about these Zoom meetings before too.
Did I?
News to me. Joyce, I was running the Zoom meetings taking down Tupa. What do you think? Were you? Yeah.
I love that you guys both have the same reaction. Was I? That's I do have to respect your relationship, Mike. You guys are like Bonnie and Clyde out here, just like I just imagine you guys like just enjoying your time off. That's great. But so what's up with these Zoom calls though? Seriously.
I think I had one or two. Like Ray was having like a hard time, I think, on Twitter. So we had some Zoom calls where it was just like she actually like was requesting people putting Zoom calls together at one point where we're like, oh, we got to make Ray feel better.
Was she looking for something more organized, or why was she wanting to set those up?
Yeah, Ray is definitely Ray is a little organizer for sure.
Okay.
Like she knew to stay away from me because I'm not down with like this. They used to. All right, so I first ran into it like whenever they start these things called war rooms. I guess I don't know what the fuck that shit is. Like that's what uplifting tweets is like. Yo, go start a war room, right? And that's where they do the little organizing, right? Where they
is that why they call it the Tupa War?
I don't know. Well,
no, just continue.
Where did they do this? Give us the background. Is this on Discord? Where is this happening? These war rooms?
Chats. Yeah, just like they'll.
Oh, okay. Twitter chats.
What happens is Uplifting puts together these huge group chats of like 60 people that are like Patterns Tell Stories fans, right? And he gets them all, and this is how they essentially like get influences, right? Like they make them feel like, hey, you're part of this like group chat. Fettuccine split, like that's how they kind of got me in. I'm like, oh, this is like a Lou Elizondo thing. Like, hey, we're like pro disclosure over here. You know what I mean? Like we're fighting against transphobia, like. And I was kind of on board for it for a while. And and then I started noticing it became very personal rather than like objective. Like I was constantly finding myself being like, Patterns started telling stories, right? I started asking him like, hey, man, like, yo, what's with the, like, how are we being like kind of good people here by making people feel bad about SNAP benefits like Tupa? Even though he is, I think, a piece of garbage on a number of occasions. I don't think about using social safety nets. It's like the dunk you think it is.
Well, I think it's a self-own. You know what I mean? Because I mean, like, it just doesn't really ring well, right?
It's virtue signaling too, right? When you say that you're for all these things and you're just putting people down for their weak points.
Yeah, Camif is out there. Like you can tell he's just tone deaf. He does not. He has no virtues. He's a broken Catholic boy. I know them. I come from that. I am a broken Catholic boy.
Why do so many excuses?
Many times I know how broke. He's just more broken than I am.
Why do people make so many excuses for KMF to get away with some of that stuff? People. Why do his friends rally around him to make excuses for his behavior?
I think he's well. If you notice his behavior has become less belligerent. You know what I mean? Because people were like, yo, bro, we can't hang out with you if you're like that belligerent.
Yeah. You yourself said, and this is why it matters, Lou Elizondo followed his account multiple times. And you said,
like I was out there telling people, I'm like, yeah, this fucking, I don't think that shit's right. I don't think.
Why do you think Lou followed his account right away after he got banned for
harassment? I don't care. I don't fucking.
Multiple times.
Before I even knew who KMF was, I said I would never vote for Lou Elizondo for office.
You cared enough to say it was a bad look, though, right?
Probably, yeah. Like, do you? And
but why do you think he does it? Why does he do it?
Like, what do you know? We already knew that. So who cares? Yeah.
What's your thoughts on why he follows him? Do you have any ideas?
Because he has no idea.
He doesn't know about all the drama or anything.
He's so boomered out. Elizondo is so boomered out about fucking Twitter. Like he's following people for the wrong reason.
I don't buy that at all.
We have
love that
multiple
response.
people
Clip
who
that.
have said
I
they
used
told
to
him.
not buy it, but now I buy it because I think Rob Heatherly is informing him, and I'm like, there's no. And I heard some of Rob Heatherly's Twitter takes, and I'm like, these are some boomer takes. And
Well,
there's-
hold on. Is Rob Heatherly a PR person? Is he like an agent? Is he like a manager? Is he social? Okay, but what's his background? Why would Elizondo trust Rob Heatherly to be his intermediary between him and Twitter?
I
What's
assume
his
it's
background?
veterans, like veterans trust veterans. I trust Rob Heatherly more than I trust YouTuber. So
fair.
like, if
That's
it's
fair.
gonna come down to like who's more trustworthy, I'm trusting Rob Heatherly more than anybody on this panel.
Okay, so you're giving Rob. So
I like
he's a
Rob.
trustworthy guy, stand up guy.
Yeah.
Is he with them? Or sorry, maybe I missed that.
Yeah,
more.
that's I'm not. Even though that is a negative, I think it reflects negatively on everybody on this panel. It wouldn't, because Rob Heatherly is that stand up of a guy.
Okay.
And I don't even like him. I don't like Rob Heatherly.
So what is Rob Heatherly's motivation to insulate Lou Elizondo from KMF's behavior and letting him follow him? I mean, if he's...
I think Lou Elizondo is doing... I think he knows Lou Elizondo has a story to tell, and it's pretty important. I think. That's what I think. I don't know.
Okay.
What do you think about, there was an accusation in the chat just now that Woke Dazzle guy is apparently secretly in love with Leah Prime. Do you think there's any weird incestuous stuff going on there, love triangle stuff behind the scenes that people are...
Incestuous? Whoa.
Well, I mean, like, I don't mean real incestuous, but like in these within groups, people, they kind of fall for one another.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right, I see what you're saying. Yeah, in that sense, yes. Yeah, love triangle is how I'd probably...
Yeah, so he's like a simp. He's simping for her, right?
A lot of love triangle stuff going on here. And my wife was going to be Carlos's maid of honor or maiden of honor, whatever the fuck.
He's married?
No, like...
Oh, okay, that makes
sense. With his new girl?
The girl he was dating, I'm not really sure what their fucking status is. And this is the whole problem. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care.
What's up with all these people on UFO Twitter getting married after like a short amount of time? Is that a little weird?
That's not weird.
Like,
because they're all big nerds,
like Twitter, like simp over you, like that's weird. And also the dude's like pushing 60. Like, what the fuck?
Which one is? Which guy? Carlos?
No, I don't know how old Carlos is. I don't care.
Oh,
I'm just
all right. Real quick,
Panda.
Let's react to this. This is and I sent the links out to Darren in the chat. I sent you the link. Uplifting KMF has me blocked.
Come here and talk to me, Darren. Like you, Darren. I've never talked to Darren in any meaningful way whatsoever.
the only rule is you got to put your video camera on. I want to see people face to face. I don't like these people hiding behind their whatever screens.
Yeah, but let's get your reaction to KMF's, like how this whole thing started from KMF's point of view, Mike.
On their side and their side only. Basically, the thing that Fettuccine said, his exact words were, hey, I wouldn't, no, I'm not going to lie and say it didn't piss me off, but we're all good. That was all he said. And the thing that he said pissed him off was that when Mike was hosting a space and it was me, Fettuccine, and Panda, Mike booted me and booted Fettuccine and didn't boot Panda. Mike was on shrooms, whatever. Later on, I said, hey, what the fuck? Mike said, oh, yeah, sorry, I'm on shrooms. My apologies. That wasn't cool. I said, all right, that's fine. Fettuccine said, hey, what the fuck? Mike said, hey, sorry, I'm on shrooms. That's my bad. He said, okay, that's fine. But because he added the very honest and completely benign line of I'd be lying if I said it didn't piss me off, Mike took that as like this ultimate personal slight.
Mike, is this true?
Yo, my text messages and my DMs are full of Fettuccine like telling me how upset he is about things going on in spaces, bro. Like, this is like I need to hear about what Fettuccine is pissed about that happened in a space. Like, I need a fucking hole in my head. Okay, like, dude is do you think I've ever bothered Fettuccine about what's going on in a space? No, I have. Look, tell Fettuccine I got receipts of him just like dropping mad DMs to me, like, yo, do this. Say this in a space. Like he's listening. He's
that guy. Wow, that's cringe. Wow.
So he's organizing war rooms
again
and telling people to do things in spaces.
Does he just think he's that guy, or is he really that guy to some people?
He's like a super fat dude on Twitter who's super insecure and makes memes about other people because he can't put this beautiful thing on camera like I can.
Do you know what his Reddit account is? How many of these people are Redditors? Like all of them?
No idea. Couldn't give a shit.
I'm sure they are, though. Are you on Reddit?
Challenge, and then you get
Yeah,
upset.
but I couldn't tell you what my name is. Like I'm on there. Like
I'm not.
That's okay. I just wanted to know. I assume
not as a
all you guys
poster or
are.
anything. I just, I guess I lurk, but not.
All right, here's uplifting tweet side of the story. Hopefully they come in, but until then, let's get your reaction to this, Mike.
And there's a crackhead yelling at me, like I'm not going to stop and debate with them, right? Like the shit they're spewing is just garbage, and I just ignore it and keep rolling. And I also think it's a shit stain for like the pro-disclosure side. And what the fuck was he doing representing pro-disclosure side anyhow? It's a fucking embarrassment. And sorry, I'm getting a little worked up here on UAP Mike. He's really got me sauced up these past couple days.
Can you be? I'm sorry to just stop you, Diamond. I want you to take a second to breathe here because I know exactly. I've been in those shoes.
Lou knows what it's like to not be
Can you
able
be
to
a little
breathe.
more specific about what has he been doing the last couple of days where you're like, oh yeah, I've heard that before. So that way people can understand like the things that I've said about this guy. When I tell you he would call me and he would call Mike and he would call Rather and he would just go
Prove it. Prove any of the prove a phone call happened. They can't even do that, bro. They're so.
And at one point, Mike's like, I can't fucking.
Joyce, have I ever called any of these people?
He was part of the reason why Mike quit the show.
You're the reason Michael Mataluni quit UCR.
News
Mike.
to me. Probably is news to Michael Mataluni too. If I were to guess.
What's UCR?
That was Blue Review's old show. That was Lou Review's old show when he had Elizondo on the most. And
is that with the skinny guy who was his co-host or whatever?
Yeah. The other one, he had two. But rather be skinny got doxxed and harassed by KMF2.
It was like all these losers, I quit. And now they have to make poor excuses like I'm the reason. He realized he was surrounded by a bunch of losers and quit. And now you're blaming me for it.
You think maybe because he didn't get paid? But we'll say that for another day. Let's continue more.
Oh, yeah, wait. We got a really good question here. Maybe Mike can shed some light. How did Uplifting Tweets get his account back after he got caught going after Brian Johnson, making the fake account, buying those followers? I thought that would be a permanent ban. He ended up getting it back pretty quick.
He's
do you have any
got
idea what happened?
connections, bro.
Talk about that.
I figured. Yeah. What connections do you think he's got?
I don't know.
Do you think that Corbell helped out with that?
No. I think
Corbell really celebrated his comeback.
Like that kind of dude
did.
who would ask. Like this, Twitter meant so much to him. He cried about it. Like he just cried. Oh, my Twitter account! I'm so fat. I make people feel so bad on it, and I miss it.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it's their
like
life.
He said, I'm terrible representing the pro disclosure side. Yo, tell that dude to show up and talk to me about the topic. We'll see who knows more. He doesn't know shit.
What are his connections?
Tell him to show up. Put his money where his mouth is. Let's see who knows more about disclosure. Let's see who knows more. Put money on that. He won't.
What does he mean when he says pro disclosure too? Like there's people out there that like know it's real and they don't want it.
It's some cornball thing who people who can't read the room say. That's what it is.
These are good takes, Mike. I got to be honest.
Mike,
I
what are his
I
connections other than Corbell?
I don't know, man. All I'll say is, yo, Fettuccine's got DOD connections as far as I know.
How does Fat Ass get DOD connections?
He's got government cheese, bro. Yo, he is fat.
Does he have a real job, or is his real job just doing thumbnails for what's his face?
Yeah, he's got a real job. Yeah, whatever. I mean, I guess like he does graphic design, I think, right? But like
he said before, he used to do something similar to graphic design as a contractor for the DOD. So I don't know what.
What is similar to graphic design?
He's a fucking clown.
It's
He's
a
a
broad
fucking
term.
clown. Yeah, and he's a useful idiot at best, right? And he's really fat. The room wants to know how fat he is. Yeah, the room wants to know how fat he is. Like, I was trying to show you, but he won't show his face. Like, KMF will make fun of my face. I'm sure I'll get memed pretty hard, right? Like,
check. I want to see one.
No, Mike, you're looking stylish.
To show his face.
Real.
Oh yeah, this is cocktail, Mike. I like this.
Yeah, you clearly dressed for the occasion. We appreciate it.
Like, I did not know. I was like, literally, I was just showing up in the stream. I had no idea you guys all had this footage of people.
Real quick,
I can't believe you didn't see this. I watched this earlier today.
For the chat, we have I just want to brush you guys up on something. We're talking about uplifting tweets. He's pictured here, second to the right. He makes memes and graphics for Jeremy Corbell's Weaponized show, and I think Matt Ford's Good Trouble show. So he does do a lot of good work. But what you're saying is that this guy might have some connections. He got his account back because it got banned. Why did it get suspended? He admitted and showed evidence of buying bots for a parody account he started. He essentially wanted it to look.
He admitted he did it.
He admitted that he wanted it.
Yo, how am I the crazy one? I mean, I may have a crazy wand.
Sure, the wand might do it for some people. Yeah.
But I didn't tell the entire world of Twitter that I am impersonating people and paying real money to get followers for it. So who's the real crazy one here, folks?
Honestly, I liken that to like putting a laugh track behind your stand-up routine. If what you're trying to do is be funny and get follows, why would you go and buy it and then claim you're funny? And that's one of the things that I thought was so interesting.
Because he's weird. He's a weird psycho, and he gets value out of like seeing people squirm.
Well, it's like a big no-no to buy bots. So his account got suspended. He straight up admitted it. Boom, he's gone. And then he came back. Oh, idiot. Here we go. Here's the statement. You want to read this, Mike? You want me to read it? What are you thinking?
No, I don't know. I can't.
Okay. Official statement. Neither UAP Mike, so he's standing up for you here, nor KMF had anything to do with that Brian Johnson parody account. Again, this is Uplifting speaking for himself here about that parody account. He said it was 100% me. And not even a secret. Oh, wow. Okay. Not a secret. Yeah, this is the first time he's ever spoke about it. I spoke in a space yesterday using the account, just yesterday, where it was very clear that it was me behind it. Didn't say anything clearly, just assumed people would know it was him. I can't get over how stupid this guy is. Seriously. Top level idiot stupid. He's talking about Brian Johnson, the person who's who he is parodying. Sorry. Let it be known that today I received multiple screenshots and messages from people from whom were contacted by Brian in an attempt to trade posts, boosts, and account boosts for any information leading to who was behind the account. Ha ha ha. Think about that. He's claiming right now that Brian contacted people and said that he would boost their account if he just gave them answers. Okay, that's probably didn't happen.
Here's where
even if that happened, why is that a scandal? He's like, dude, just tell me information about these weirdos and I will retweet you as if that's some kind of high crime. This dude's like literally impersonating people and buying fake followers.
We got to see some of Brian Johnson's posts. So Brian Johnson found out he was being made fun of, found out that like basically like this account existed. He said he was so pissed. He goes, I'm going to out whoever is behind this. He started to get information about who was behind it. He accused UAP Mike, KMF, and Uplifting tweets for being behind it. That's why Uplifting came out with the statement and said it wasn't those guys, it was just me. And he's like, well, then Brian starts showing evidence that this guy's account like got boosted. It went from so many hundred followers to thousands of followers.
This is the scheme he admits to. How many of them are out there?
How many?
He doesn't admit to.
Yes.
I don't know. He never told me. But I'm just saying, like, he runs a weird operation.
Well, dude, if you go through this is what Brian Johnson had to say about this, right? He said that a week prior to him finding out that this account existed, before someone basically posted from it, he was in his spaces. Brian Johnson used to host these all the time on Twitter, on X. And he's typically very pro-disclosure, very pro-Lou, very pro-Corbell and everything. But he said that on this particular day, he had said something somewhat critical and kind of went off the rails a little bit of these figures. And then next thing you know, he's getting attacked. Like he said, he's getting harassed by this account. So then that's when he's like, okay, something weird is going on. So he dug into it. He found out that the account was actually made in October. So it wasn't made recently. It was actually made in October, and it was lying dormant until he kind of stepped out of line. And I think that there's a lot to be said about that. If Uplifting is out here basically policing people's speech, which is, I think, could be the claim here. That's the suspicion I get from him jumping on Brian Johnson, boosting his account all in the sequence of time. Like that's the only thing that Brian could think of that might have caused that attention. Ashton, you're muted. But yeah, this is crazy. Now you're saying that Uplifting might be, the guy who's out here trying to coach people to what to say. He was sending you DMs on what to say. Like this is kind of crazy, dude. So he's
let me read this. Let me read this from Brian's article he wrote, because he had a bunch of people reaching out to him. And people are like, oh, this is just drama, da-da-da. It runs a lot of people out of this topic, right? I mean, I think even Mike would admit that. Even Uplifting tweets, we got him apologizing to Lou Reviews for using his family and memes and stuff like that. So there's a group of people in our community who will bully, harass, insult, and threaten anyone who they deem is unlikable. Anybody who doesn't go along with their disclosure narrative. And anybody who doesn't react well to being bullied. Some people in this group confided in me that they felt trapped, that they were afraid to leave the group because they get bullied more when they started to move away. This is an online community, so there's a serious problem when it's starting to sound like an abusive cult.
Yeah, so real quick, I want to jump in on this. Sorry, I just spilled my martini everywhere, so that sucks, but whatever.
Hearts in the chat.
Because, guys, when you mentioned that they had that account since October, I've been watching this, and what these guys have been doing, is very, just weak, low-level trolling kind of stuff. They had fake accounts for everybody out there. They think that impersonating people and making fun of them is funny and cute or whatever. And the thing about it, too, is that and not to call Mike out, but I think you were on that one space that happened where everyone was trying to disconnect me from the investigation or what have you.
Should we play the audio?
I don't know if we necessarily need to play that, but they were calling out, well, Ashton's got so many followers growing so fast, and I've only gotten so many over a certain period of time. This is when I knew right away that these were people that were potentially buying fake accounts, because usually these type of people call out and project their own insecurities. And that's what, one thing when I used to play video games that we used to say was that once you're a cheater, you're always a cheater. And what that kind of means is that if you're the type of person who's calling out other people for buying bots, it's because you're familiar with it. And if you've bought bots once, that's not the first time you've bought them. You've almost certainly done it in previous times as well. So I don't think this should really surprise anybody in terms of what they're doing. And it kind of makes sense on why their engagement's so low, given that they have, some of them have 7,000 or more followers, stuff like that that's out there. Is that, a lot of the stuff's just fabricated. And when you're doing these low-level trolling kinds of stuff, it may seem funny to them. And like Mike was saying, maybe Fettuccine gets off on that kind of stuff in general. But the general populace and public doesn't enjoy that kind of stuff. They don't, they don't resonate with that. They're not trying to tie themselves to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and Ashton, real quick, too. And for the room, right? Why does this matter? Chupa's brother was sent pictures of his house to his phone.
Yeah, this is serious.
Chupa's daughter has been continually sexually harassed for over a year.
Told me he was going to call CPS, bro, and I was like, "Don't do it."
Dude,
they did that for Ocean. They called it to CPS on Ocean's kid.
Don't do it, man. Don't do. Yeah, man.
They send people pictures of their work. They show up sometimes.
He was doxing my whole family. He was trying to dox my my
I saw him post pictures of your dad, I thought, or someone looked like you, but old.
Incel that they all use to do the.
They do the exact stuff that they, anything that they're accusing somebody else of doing, they've already.
Klaus, Ray, they're.
We got breaking news. Hold on, we actually do have breaking news here, guys. This is a statement from Uplifting to Keem that we have permission to read on the stream. Okay, so this is a breaking statement from Uplifting. Okay, it says, "I've gotten text from friends saying that you guys were targeting my neighbor Mary on the stream. She has a heart of gold, man, and is undeserving. Please ask Panda and Tupa to leave her alone going forward. They can focus on me or anything else for that matter. I don't give a shit. Just leave her out of it, please. She's been going through so much these past months that people don't know about. Show the lady some mercy, please."
What is this virtue signaling bullshit, dude? What?
When did Mary come up?
Did anyone even mention this person?
No one mentioned her by name, dude.
Of a lot of controversy. I don't hate Mary from my very soul, but I'm saying, anytime we would have a topic about all the white people in the conference, right? Mary's like, my father, he's white, and that, it's grow up.
Yeah.
You're not going after Mary in any way.
Mary was featured in a clip that we played
turned
where she was saying, "Fuck you guys."
I can't. I don't have a problem with Mary, but Mary made everything personal. So
also,
how is that my problem?
On the King Milkfart Harassment Archive, which everyone should go check out, I think it's Moran Lerner. We don't know who it is for sure. On just about every post, Mary is like, "Stop being a crybaby." And it'll be like, "Paranormal Chris is accused of raping his elderly neighbor." And she's like, "Stop crying." Or it's like, "Tupa's daughter has been getting sexually harassed online by this group for over a year." And she's like, "Suck it up." So to hear her have a meltdown.
Mary.
Is that being called Mary Misanthrope?
Mary Misanthrope.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Guys, I'm starting to learn people. I learned one.
There we go. Let me know if you guys want me to
sorry that anybody would have to learn that name. She is a miserable person, and they all hold her up and they let her walk all over the brown people and anybody she decides that isn't worthy of her respect. Everybody's got to pat Mary on the back and say, "It's okay, Mary.
Right.
Your white privilege is okay. It's justified."
Yeah.
Most of the hate group is Caucasian.
And guys like, oh, I don't follow this drama. This is narrative control. Ashton has a chin, but other people I've seen have interesting cases, and they just can't deal with the fake rape accusations, the posting of their families online.
Dude, my family's fucking criminal record was shown. Like my mom, like my
Well, Lou Reviews
came up
just
when they
doxed
bring up
me
my
because
sister. Like, dude, this shit was crazy. These guys go too far to be suddenly like, oh, hey man, dial it back, dude. We're years deep in this shit. Dial it back. We never even said this chick's name.
Who's paying for all of KMF's background checks that he's running on everyone? Do you think?
His mom.
Guys, real quick, do you know what this? That statement you just mentioned, it reminds me of when you're watching like someone picks a fight with somebody, right? And they just get the crap beat out of them. And they get the crap beat out of them, and then their buddy's going, "Hey, Jake, break it up, break it up, break it up." You're like, "Dude, you're the one who started it. You like now you want to break it up, of course." After you get like whooped.
Exactly.
My favorite one of my least favorite points of KMF recently was, I think he was saying something about Panda, and Panda was like, "You have daddy problems," and then he turned it into like this in my space. Like I have no problem, but Fettuccine Split and KMF just come into my spaces, right? Like when I'm just hosting and chilling, and they scream obscenities. Same thing with Carlos. Like scream obscenities, like they're just obnoxious, disruptive, and I'm like, okay, and I'll add just about hell, I'll bring Panda up there, let him do his little crazy stuff, like, and then to turn around and act like I am this like barbarian, right? Go listen to the recordings of who's being a barbarian. Is it me?
No, you're right. They're unhinged as hell. They come out of those spaces and they just start screaming and yelling.
Especially at me,
like,
and Tupa.
Yeah, in fairness to Mike, though, like several times he's been like, "Hey, I got to drop you down because you're like just completely unhinged."
Yes,
stop.
Yep, been there for that. They come in specifically to yell, curse, threaten, intimidate. It just sounds so goofy when you see who these guys are and when you hear them. You know what I mean?
Embarrassing. Like I want to be around people who can articulate themselves instead of just being like. I'm not saying like I'm some articulate person, but those people, I don't know. Like the guy who said he's going to exploit every illness my wife has. Like if you're using your articulation to say that.
Well, Red, what was Mary's response to that? What was her response?
I'll put hot lead in a mother that tries to do something to my wife like that.
I want to hear that. I want to hear the clip again from the woman with a heart of gold, dude. I want to know like what was her response to that awful run?
Until they fucking cry.
You talk passionate
where
about doing harm to my wife.
Been in people's DMs, kind of bullying.
And I frankly don't give a shit what sort of medical condition she has. I'm going to exploit everything that she has against her until they fucking cry and know exactly what they did. And so I'm not going.
Jason, I don't know if you're aware, Jason, their lives are over.
I'm not.
So like the whole.
I'm not going to
assholes.
I don't know what happened to Carlos, and I frankly don't care. So whatever he's super. Oh, I don't know why he's so mad.
He's like so mad.
His sandals are too tight.
Joyce, what did she do to Carlos to make him so mad?
I don't know. He's messing around with a bunch of girls, and one of the girls wanted my wife to be his like maid of honor.
When you say messing around, are we talking about like creeping on these girls in their DMs?
I don't know. Emotionally, I don't know what. Like, I don't know who he's doing it with. I'm just saying.
Sure
like,
there's no way.
I ran into the fact that he's like told a bunch of women he's loved them, and
that's
exactly
my
fault. It becomes everyone else's problem. It's like one of those things when you walk into a social circle and you don't realize they're all boinking each other. Right? You're like, oh, okay. There's weird energy there.
I can't imagine hearing Carlos.
And Ray's doing like speed and weed. You're like, what the hell is going on in this place, bro?
Going and doing therapy afterwards. Like, let that clip play. Did it skip past Mary's response? Dude, I just wanted to see like.
Well, it's edited around. Moran learned the best parts. Well, let's just finish it out. There's some stuff at the end.
Way before they started this little.
Oh, Nick Gold was also talking some shit.
But, cascade.
Wait, real quick, pause it. So Nick Gold, like when I watched this and I saw Nick Gold in here, I'm like, it feels like he's like the cuck in the corner while everybody else is like someone's banging his wife during this. Like, why is he always like in these spaces, just chilling in the corner, just like whatever he's doing?
Yes,
it's so bizarre.
And he's like a chihuahua, dude. He's got the loudest, like most vicious attacks, and the dude just crumples, dude. Like I don't know.
I just don't get it.
How do they do that?
Who is Nick Gold?
Good question, man.
Tell us. That's your boy, right? Pittsburgh. He was on the Galileo Project. You know, there's political plants in this field, Mike. We all know it. Matt Ford, I think, qualifies. You know.
I think Matt Ford's just capitalizing on what works for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Kudos to him.
Kudos to Matt.
Have something to do with mushrooms. Those two motherfuckers can go fuck themselves. Fuck them both. I hope they never come back here.
And they're fucking losers, and they do nothing but sit around their fucking house all day.
It's a heart of gold.
Literally crying. Can you go back to that part where she was literally crying? Like, why, Mike? What did you do to this woman to make her literally cry in a space like this? I cannot believe how fragile
racist. Like, I don't understand.
Which she's done to me and Tupa thousands of times.
I don't think I've done it. I mean, look, I wasn't.
No, not you. She has. Mary Misanthrope has to me and Tupa.
I haven't paid her any compliments.
No, that wasn't Mary, was it?
I didn't.
Was that Mary? That was Mary who was crying.
Oh, okay, got it.
Fuck themselves. Fuck them both. I hope they never come back here.
And they're fucking losers, and they do nothing but sit around their fucking house all day, fucking spewing hate and being total pieces of shit.
These signs were always there about Mike. He was a very unhinged kind of.
Sawan, Mike. Sawan is calling you unhinged. Let's go back a little bit. Oh God.
Sawan, no, who's Sawan? Why is that funny?
All right, so Sawan is one of the. He's kind of taking a back seat. Like right when Ashton came on the scene, he took a back seat, but he was like Milkfart's like second in command for a minute there. He actually harassed Sean Kirkpatrick on LinkedIn, the Arrow director, and at the first NASA hearing when Kirkpatrick was like,
when he was crying about being like the people on the internet or whatever.
Yeah, he was like, Sean was like, that was me. I harassed him on LinkedIn, and then
Jesus,
Also, did you know this, Mike? I think you were there when Sawan said that he was unleashed on David Grush, the whistleblower. And why does this matter? I don't talk about UFOs. Yes, David Grush, the whistleblower, was unleashed on Sawan by Disclosure Mike, not UAP Mike. Did you know this, Mike?
No.
Oh, you didn't? Let's watch this.
I doubt anyone can unleash Sawan on anyone. Sawan unleashes Sawan. I don't know.
Real quick, what I love about all this is like there's only like 1 degree of freedom between like these trolls and then like Sean Kirkpatrick. It's like the people that are like running Disclosure, Arrow, Jeremy Corbell's, Lou Elizondo's, like these are like the people in the front lines of the battle between these people. I don't know. I love that.
I don't think this is the furthest thing from the front lines of Disclosure.
Oh no, we're on the front lines here.
Dude, hold up, Mike. In your own space. Let's pull that
it's
one.
It's a movie and it's starring you, Ashton, right? You're the star.
Dude, you're the star tonight, my man.
World and we just live here.
You're the star tonight.
I know. I saw my horrible picture.
I'm just in the audience loving it.
I was planning on coming here, and my wife is like, yo, check out this picture.
Oh, Mike, did you see the weird, I don't remember which one of those weirdos it was, where he was posting video of him shooting and then going supposedly to Pittsburgh right afterwards?
That
like
was
it
Jeremy McGowan.
McGowan, dude.
Did you call the police? If somebody does that to me, I'm calling the police.
He said he was shooting silent ammo, right? Like some sort of like long distance silence ammo. Then he said he was going to Pittsburgh. Then he said he was going to my neighborhood specifically, and he said he was coming in the area to see people. Right? He took
pictures while he was on the plane, or whatever. Yeah. Like I don't know if that was an elaborate troll. Like that's the kind of stuff you send to the FBI. Like that's
He's
scary.
Mad that I've called him out for plagiarism. The people that are mad at me are mad at me because of their shortcomings, not some monster I've been. If you want to go, like, ask them to show me where I've been a monster. Yeah, I've been a monster some places, but right, the monster they're making me seem to be is really, I don't know.
And Mike, real quick, so Ashton just made the point that there's really this small degree of separation between these, and you're like, oh, we're not that important, we're not that big. I doubt that, but here was Corbell in your space. Just a few weeks ago.
That's because Fettuccine Split made it. I didn't even ask him.
But listen to what he says. Everyone listen to what Corbell says. Right?
Awesome. Hey, your audio's coming through just fine.
Okay, great. Yeah, hey guys, I just wanted to say real quick. So I had to pop in here. Really cool of you to host like the pregame for the episode. I recognize a lot of your icons. I don't usually jump in to these chats or whatever. I wish I could more. But I just want to say, I listen to a lot of you, and I recognize a lot of your icons. I don't spend a lot of time on social media, but a lot of you have said some really smart things over the years. So I just wanted to come in and just say, look, we don't all have to agree on what UFOs are, what every UFO is, or like what UFOs mean to humanity. But I think we can all agree this is fucking important, right? Whatever this topic is important. And I think every voice, as long as people aren't just like negatively speaking to each other and causing unnecessary hassle, we're all on the same page. We're all trying to figure out what's up with UFOs. So really, this team of people you see here, even if you have different ideas on what it is, I'm just so glad you host this shit and you guys start talking. I'm getting ready for the show. I really hope you guys enjoy it. But I just want to thank you, like all of you. I see so many faces in here, people that I recognize. I just want to say thank you guys for being fucking loud about this, because every inch, every millimeter, as you can see from that last error report, this is not some government conspiracy where they're trying to tell us that aliens are real to be afraid. You could tell now from that last report that we have fought for every millimeter, every inch. And a lot of that fighting has been done by you guys on X. So I just want to say thank you.
A lot of that fighting has been done by you guys on X, brought to the space by uplifting
Who was
tweets.
holding all those space again? Fettuccine split. Yeah, he did the memes and all that. Who do you think was holding the hours-long spaces, pre-game spaces for Weaponized?
Dude, he says all that, and then I retweeted this about him.
Split putting in the hours, talking to people about the topics, being topical. No, he's making memes and throwing faces on people. Right.
And parody accounts.
To those who put in the hours talking about the topic.
You know, Mike, we've had our
Informing other
disagreements.
people,
We've
not
had our
making
disagreements,
memes.
bro. But like a lot of people that I like and trust from Spaces and from Twitter, they say they love being in your chats.
Well,
like
because
in
you actually
your
talk about
spaces.
UFOs.
Yeah.
When has KMF ever held a space that was about UFOs that we learned
Having
something?
deep UFO
Never.
conversations, he's not.
Hey, we had a question from the
Go
chat.
ahead. That's
Before KMF, who did the harassing?
Probably they would say I did, right? I'm the most hated person on UFO.
Well, you and Christopher Gray.
Man, right? Like, it's got to be me. It's got to be Mike.
So, real quick on this. So, Jeremy comes in and says this about unifying everybody. And then what does he do? And I retweet this saying, good job, Jeremy. This is really nice of you. It's a good message.
You're even like, I'm done with the sides.
What does he do right after this? He stabs me in the back and goes to Joe Rogan and says the MH370 videos are totally fake. Like,
oh,
what the
wait.
hell? What the hell, Jeremy Corbell?
I forgot about that.
What the hell, Jeremy Corbell?
I forgot. Play that clip, bro. I forgot that Joe Rogan dropped a dime,
You
bro.
were really struggling with that one. You got to take that pill sometime.
He says, no, it's definitely.
Oh, hell no.
He says about we got to unify. We got to get out there. Honestly, my opinion of Jeremy Corbell at this point is actually that he wants it to be aliens so bad that he can't accept any other viewpoint. Anybody else who's saying that it might not be aliens, he thinks is disinformation or something. That's my true opinion of Jeremy Corbell at this point.
Well, then you're not listening. Again, Ashton, you've demonstrated repeatedly you don't listen. You're good at talking, but you're not good at.
Here you go, Ashton.
You had sent me a video of a UFO thing that I sent to Jeremy Corbell, and he says it's bullshit.
Which one?
The one where the plane gets circled by the drones. You had sent me a video of a UFO thing that I sent to Jeremy Corbell, and he says it's bullshit.
Stabs me in the back. Stabs me in the back, Jeremy Corbell. You followed me early on. You never responded to me. Never asked to talk to me. Never wanted to listen to the evidence. And you stabbed me in the back to Joe Rogan. Shame on you, Jeremy Corbell. Shame
That's
on you,
wild.
JC.
Dude, that's
Shame
wild.
on you. Mike, I don't know if you know this. They made a UFO Light Group fake account, too. I guess you've been gone. I guess we'll just update you on that. They might even be
For
saying there.
KMF's behind it, without doubt.
Oh, yeah, and Jeremy Corbell's what, so busy? What is Jeremy Corbell doing that he's so busy that he can't join spaces or do any social media? Weaponized is done. What else is he up to that he's just way too busy to talk to anybody?
Probably like having a real life.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
He's on Cosmic Time.
You're gonna ask Jeremy Reese, dude, for real. For real.
Mike, real quick.
Have patience on me. Don't give up on me. I'm on Cosmic Time.
All right.
Do you feel like the reaction you're getting from your former friends is kind of a lot, right?
I have to tell you something.
Hmm.
If this was the quality of person I considered friend, I'd be very upset.
That's good to hear, actually. But you did go to bat for KMF all the time.
Well, initially when I thought his efforts were like Lou Crew and not Klaus Crew, right? And then Leah Crew. He's a Leah simp, I think.
Oh.
Are they all Leah simps?
The few,
is he
yeah.
hot?
That's
Is that what this
it was
content?
weird. Like I didn't know it was that until, and then it was the lying. That's why I did some of the DMs, is because they're lying. They're lying rampantly.
What are some of these lies?
Well, just about like Leah, like there's a lot of lying around her, and I don't know why. It seems like she's been romantically involved with quite a few people. It's just my guess. I don't know.
I've heard people got married after 56 days.
What?
Somebody in the chat said Leah got married to somebody she met 56 days before that.
I don't know. Somebody knows. Like she's told people. Like it's apparently a thing. Like people know. I'm not. I'm just saying. Like she was romantically involved with a few people, I think, on Twitter, and I didn't realize that. So I had a pre-existing issue with this person, and when I walked into it, and I was like, "Yo, this person sucks." Leah specifically, they were all like, "Oh, pearl clutching." They're all simps. So I didn't like, all right.
Let's. I want to hear about this dossier too, because we're adding this now. We're gonna play it. This is what people are talking about. This because we heard from Matt Monroe that she has a secret Discord server that collects info on people, and now we're hearing from you that she has dossiers on people. Let's just play this audio real quick.
Server that gathers private information on people.
That was whenever I came back from New York. Dude, you could go pull it up on the Invisible Night School. She's my friend. Me and her talking. I mean, she's my friend. We never did nothing wrong. She is one of my good friends. I fucked up because I believed certain things that weren't necessarily connected, which is King Milk Fart going obsessive compulsive on you. Nobody predicted
what was that? What was that?
That was his shit.
I could have predicted it. I could have predicted it.
That was said. It's like, well, Lou Angeles sure brought it up. You see our Lou? That's where it came from. And
yeah, but you see our
they
Lou.
had it. Dude, they got files on all of the UFO people. Y'all know that? There's a fucking, do you know there is a Discord server? Oh, I shouldn't be talking about this.
Let us all know so we know what we're up against.
So there's a Discord server that's an acknowledged Discord server. It's like real Fight Club. I don't know who owns it. It's somebody like Eric Leaks and all those people that you see circled around the Invisible Night School. They got a Discord server. They got a very good research. They got files on probably everything. All the community, I've seen shit on people I can't talk about. But there is a server out there, and I'm probably going to be in trouble. But it's real. And,
you got information on people.
I'm telling you, they probably got files on me about being drunk on.
That doesn't sound very safe for the community to have a group of people out there getting all that background information.
I'm telling you, ain't nobody going to acknowledge it, and it's there.
I bet a lawyer would.
So, Mike, tell us more about these dossiers with that audio, because it seems to correspond, right?
I can only say that I have seen messages that state somebody, I'm not going to say who, has a dossier on Tupa, whatever that meant. Take that for what it's worth. I don't know. Word for word dossier.
I am the belle of the ball for these guys. I don't know.
And whether or not they have multiple ones, I believe it. Yeah, like after all of this, I'm now coming to the conclusion that even a few people I've ran into are probably like involved with this, and I don't know what it is. It's something weird, man.
It's weird, right?
I went looking for feds, man. And like, and I ran into this. Like, I've ran into some weird accounts, and I've ran into some weird behavior, like tracking. Like, I have a project I run that tries to track feds.
I remember you talking about this for years.
Yeah, and it's like, and it'll probably come out. People will probably try to make it look bad if I go nuclear. But I've been trying to track feds for like a long time. And
you're gonna go nuclear, Mike. You know you are. You're teasing it right now. You're not going full whistleblower, but I can feel it. You're definitely.
I don't like. Again, the only messages I've like shared are because I really feel like there's a lot of lying going on about like Mike's crazy. Yo, bro, Brett is in my DMs all the time, like talking to
Brett
me about
who?
This UFO Twitter guy, Fettuccini Split.
Oh, his name's Brett. Okay,
I just call him Brett because I'm not trying to dox him. I get angry like when I'm talking.
You doxed him. Shut this down. You doxed him.
I use his real name because it's when I talk about people. That's when it's said.
Yeah. No.
I'm not trying to. Anyways,
people
yeah,
freak
like,
out when you use their first name as if that's like somehow
I just know
identifying
his real
them.
name. Yeah, and he got doxed already. Like his Matt Ford doxed him, and I caught it. I'm like, bro, like Matt Ford doxed you.
John Malert says, if Mike ends up dead, it's not the government, it's Carlos.
Dude, it sounds like it could be.
Mike, did you think I was fed? Did you ever think I was?
I think you are eating up Fed. I think you're eating up Fed information. Yeah, I think you're definitely a target of Feds, for sure.
One way or another, probably. So you're not in this Discord that was just talked about by the drunk person a second
They would
ago?
never let me in there. They would never let me in. They know I'd blow the whistle on that shit first thing.
Yeah, okay. So they got to only put like the people
I don't
who
fucking fly with that.
Yeah, they can
Their
manipulate.
shit's real sketchy then.
Yeah, they're up to some stuff that I don't know. KMF is, he is.
Well, this
like
is the interesting
the
thing.
lead dog. The lead
Really,
dog.
KMF's the lead dog on this.
Tell us what you think's going on there. Elaborate on that a little more.
I thought it, and again, nothing to do with Elizondo. There's like KMF is just willing to simp for so many people. He gets like, he's like, I don't care. I have no life. He has nothing to lose.
Do you think that
So he literally just they volunteer him to do the most horrendous horror. Like, I'm sure he's out on Twitter doing it to me right now at the behest of his friends. I'm not on Twitter. I don't give a shit. Right. So that's what it is.
How many accounts do you think KMF has?
Go for it.
How many accounts do you think KMF has?
It's through the roof. I've already said this.
Yeah.
He's got to have hundreds.
Yeah, I was gonna say 100, right?
Hundreds.
Hundreds.
How do you think he's got a file where he keeps all the passwords? How do you think he even remembers all?
Yeah,
those
he's
accounts?
definitely got a spreadsheet.
I personally have come across at least.
There's no way he's running a bot
That's
farm on
psychotic.
Twitter, bro. Like he's got Garfield ones. He's got all sorts of, and they all know. They love it.
Is that why?
They
do you
love
think
it.
that's why
Carlos loves it.
Mike, tell us about Joey, because Joey came on the scene and he had an account that was from 2009. It seemed like it was a dummy account just sitting there. And when he came out, he was just defending KMF. I mean, does he have a ton of like sleeper accounts that he puts his
Who's
friends
Joey?
on?
I don't know who Joey is.
I don't think he was there for that. That's what I'm saying. Mike's been on the out for some of these things. Uplifting Tweets would definitely remember who Joey is.
Oh yeah, that was a whole saga, dude. Like these dummy accounts get basically occupied by people, like the phenomenon occupies our containers or whatever, right? And then you're looking at some account, it's like from 2009 or from like 2013, and it looks like it's all just sports or video games. Like it's just the most bot shit you can imagine. And then all of a sudden it pops out of nowhere, and then it's coming in and acting basically to defend or like or retweet these guys' stuff. So it's like bots are effective, but so could 100 or hundreds of sock puppet accounts. You're essentially boosting your insults and your parodies and your jokes and your attacks and your harassment from 3 to 4 to 5 to 10, you know what I mean, likes, and just go through, switch accounts and like it. KMF is one of the interesting guys who talks openly about how he knows so well how to buy bots and buy followers. He suggested how much it costs. He suggested where to go and get it done. Like, I couldn't tell you where to start with something like that. So yeah, these guys are very interesting.
Mike, we got this comment in the chat. Where was it? It was
my bad.
That's okay. Says Lou Elizondo put Mike on the out list. I'm not gonna lie, Mike. You know I've been studying all this. I personally agree with this 100%.
When did that happen? When was
For me, the one thing that made me think it is that they're all going out on you in like a unified front, like they do, right? Whenever there's kind of a new catch of the day. But it was KMF. He was silent on this thing for like 2 or 3 days when like other people were starting to talk about it in your little group. And it was only after Linda Thompson tweeted out against you and Joyce that
Linda?
that only after that is when King Milkfart did. And we know on at least 2
They
separate
call her
occasions.
Mama Linda. It's all really cringe. I don't know why.
She's in contact with Lou Elizondo and has read personal statements from Lou Elizondo. So to me, that read like the go-to green light for Mike and Joyce. Because after that, it got worse.
Yeah, like I've had Rob Heatherly, like a bunch of them have reached out to me because of like Linda was a QAnon person. Like I come from a healthcare background, and I don't like people who connected COVID. I have the receipts of it. She was talking about COVID and QAnon were connected, and I had a problem with that. And if they are okay with it, if they like to affectionately refer to as Mama Linda, I guess they're all okay. Maybe they didn't see the people dying in the hospital like I did.
People told me early on that Linda was the Karen of the UFO community. When she was like, she interacted with me early on. I think she was trying to get beat on me if I was disinformation or something like that. And her replies were all super weird in every post that I saw about how she thinks she's like the mom regulating every single person. It's super creepy.
Did Linda write a UFO?
She says she was in one. She told Project Unity. I got a picture of it because, like, she deleted that. Sure. She was having some argument with Project Unity about propulsion in UFOs, and Project Unity was like, "How do you know this?" Like, she was correcting him, and she's like, "Because I have flown them." And I was like, "Well, I'm not saying you haven't, but it's like plural." And then I just the image and thinking of this wild lady flying UFOs in my head. It's just a funny.
So, Mike, question: Elizondo's following KMF. We have it from multiple people that he's been told specifically about KMF and continues to follow him. What do you think? Be honest, Mike. You know it's weird, dude. Is he that bad? Are we supposed to put our faith in someone that bad?
Why are you acting like I haven't been honest about that from like months ago?
No, you have, but like to
So
be
why
like.
Why are you telling me? Be
Okay,
honest?
not be honest. I mean, I just mean it for like really think about it. What do you think's going on there? You really think he just doesn't know, and we should put all our faith in this dude who?
Yeah,
can't
you're
read the room?
you're really lucky. You're really fishing, Panda, for that. I hate to tell you, like, sorry. It sounds to me like Lou doesn't really give a crap. To be perfectly honest, I think there's a lot bigger things going on. Like maybe he's like aware of it peripherally, but like literally in the grand scheme of what I think he's doing, it's meaningless.
I personally disagree. We disagree here. I think this is going to be what he's remembered for, more than the videos, to be honest. We'll see what happens.
You've already lost money to me once. You want to do it again?
I think that I'm going to go against I rarely go against Red Panda here, but I'm actually going to go against Red Panda on this.
What his record of betting me with is. Before you say this next sentence.
What do you mean? I'm backing you right now.
Well,
I think that Elizondo, I don't think he generally cares that much about this. I think that for Elizondo, especially if he lost his job over this, like everybody's got to eat out there. So he's more worried about like, hey, I gotta get a job and what have you, and all the misinformation, disinformation is being spread out there. Like if you're good PR and he says he's a intel guy, then the move is not to really connect yourself to any of these people and all this crazy shit that's going on there. Like, maybe it works to his advantage or what have you, but I think it's pretty unlikely that he's actually directing people out there. I just think it's just the nature of social media.
Mike,
in general.
did an Elizondo through Chase Klotsky and with his burner account say that he really appreciated you guys, right? And his burner account was interacting with all these people.
Is that proven that's his burner account?
Mike, tell us.
I think it was like pretty definitively his. I think I had even like, I was even like, yeah, this is him. And like, even then it's just like, if I was worried about Elizondo who's like doing some real Fed shit, I would have fucking sounded it. And I don't think he is. I think he was just doing some boomer. I'm on the internet and I hate people talking shit about me. It was pretty funny.
You should talk to me back channel, Mike. I'll convince you, bro. Talk to me back channel.
Talk to you back channel. Okay. I'm not talking to anyone back channel, in case you haven't noticed. I'm all very front channel. Everybody wants to talk back channel. And I ain't talking back channel.
What kind of DMs do you got that you can share with us tonight? You got any spicy DMs?
My DMs are always full, but I'm only sharing ones where people really think that they're going to call me a liar and say I'm crazy.
I'll chat agrees with you.
If you want to come to the table, like I do this all day. Like I've done this for a living, where people want show up, bring what you've got, and I'll bring what I've got, and then like we can do this.
Hey, so we got a big question for the chat real quick, Ashton. If we can get I think this is interesting. Why do you think they all turned on you so quickly for falling out with Uplifting? Because I've seen, some friendly spats before, but this is like an all-out call you crazy, call you drug addicted. We can't trust what you're about to say. Are they that afraid of what you're going to say?
Yeah. I mean, like if you think about what I've seen, like, yeah, they're all.
Can you give us like
what happened? Was this related to the Lou Reviews stuff, or what am I missing here? Like, I don't even know what led to all this.
Like, I noticed very early on that Ray really drives people to do weird shit, and that's why I divorced. I was like, what is with this dynamic of this person who's like crazy obsessed with everything you're doing and stalking you, and like, yeah, man, and like that's why I totally told her to like get lost very early on in this thing. Like, she was in my DMs getting all wild about like what kind of spaces I was holding, who was in my spaces.
So she's like gatekeeper patient zero, like
Dude.
she's like the ultimate gatekeeper.
I have a message about me from her to somebody else
Dude,
over
like,
2 years ago.
They're all talking about her. KMF
Dude,
talks so much about her.
What does he say? What does KMF say about Ray behind the scenes?
Brett told me, uplifting tweets told me like him and KMF were talking about her all the time, and they're like, bro, what do we do? Do we tell Klaus? No, man, we can't tell him how bad she is. They were talking about breaking up their marriage, bro. That's what we're talking about.
Ray and Klaus are married.
Don't.
Why did they want to break up their marriage? Because
they trying to simp on her?
KMF was the one who was like, yo, don't say anything like that to him. And I was like, yeah, dude, like, it was uplifting tweets. It's like, should I say something to Klaus about how fucking insane his wife is? And I'm like, no. Don't say that.
Break up the marriage, though.
They
Why?
tried
They
to get
think
in
he would.
between the married couple, dude.
His podcast would do better without her, or something like that.
Yeah, they were all like, oh yeah, like Ray is dragging down Klaus big time. That was their huge. Oh yeah, they're all. And that's why I walked away from all those people. I'm like, yo, she is like super control. And I've realized she's on, I think, stimulants and smoking weed. You want to say I'm on drugs, like.
You know, there's
doctors about
because marijuana is legal in like I don't know how many states at this point. It's not really a put down anymore.
I have a medical license in my state. You know what I mean? So I'm not a criminal.
Yeah, that's fair. Nobody's here. Nobody here is judging you for smoking, injecting the marijuanas into your veins. I don't think.
Dude, the chat is blowing up about Ray, dude. Like a lot of people have a lot of opinions, dude. Not at all, dude.
I feel bad for Ray.
Honestly, go into a recorded space, go into a space with her. You guys decide for yourself. Like
it takes you about 5 seconds to come to a conclusive opinion.
I don't think Ray's a bad person. I think there's a problem with I couldn't put my finger on what the issue was. Like, why is this person so obsessed with what I'm doing? I don't know.
Jennifer Elizondo.
Yeah, some of the people are telling me that they don't know the lore on some of these people. When did the Klaus and Ray? When did they come onto the scenes? Have they been in this game for a long time? Or
I mean,
Reddit, I think, right? Like, and he has that podcast Patterns Tell Stories. That
UFO Shane says Tom Dolan has their number.
Episode. Like, I've tried, I can't. I don't know. Both of them are just like, I forget who the other guy is. Unforgettable. There you go.
Sorry, you broke up. What do you mean, other guys? You said there?
Yeah, so again, I can't sit through any of that podcast, but I'm just saying, like, I think some of the content they're talking about is cool, and I think I'm into it. I don't even hate Klaus as a person because I've really never spent any time to get to know him.
But where'd they come from?
How long ago?
Why do they like UFOs? What are they in the community for? If not to push influence, it seems like that's their main thing right now. Right, you got Ray in the mix. I've seen DMs where she's clearly manipulating people. She's gaslighting people. She's spreading lies about people. She's lying about me. Like, first of all, I've had a lot of people come to me in the last year, be like, "Yo, Tupa, I was told so much stuff about you, and I looked into it, and I thought you were I thought you were awful. I looked into it, and that shit wasn't true, dude. You know who was out there working that hard? Who was out there working that hard? But it's not the first time you hear it, and I'm not the first person who gets targeted this way. But I've seen it time and time again.
Somebody's doxing us in your chat right now. That's what I was told by your wife.
I don't see it.
If someone's doxing in the chat, y'all are.
I don't see. I have to go to the bathroom real quick. But to Ashton in the chat are like, "Oh, this is drama. I don't believe it's Lou." I'm gonna go Ashton mode on this. I've done more research on this than any of you guys have an opinion. Ashton, right now, you didn't even know about the Faceless Bureaucrat stuff, right? So. It is what it is. I get that it's hard for people to accept.
Red, turn your camera off so we see your avatar.
I turned it off. I turned it.
You gotta.
There you go. Okay.
There he is. Okay, so they come from where, and why are they interested in UFOs? Are they like? I've heard that they communicate with some interesting people in the community.
Okay, I'll be back.
You know what I mean? What's the deal there? Or do you are they as connected as
Ray is probably again. I know, like, everybody rushes to her defense. I am not someone to publicly bash her. I'm not even. You won't find me out on Twitter doing it, right? Because yeah, she's an expert at playing the victim card for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So they are in the mix, and
she's surrounded herself with people who help her play the victim, right? And they're all doing it kind of to make Klaus as important as he is. And it's so weird. I'm like,
wait,
why
say that
all
again.
you tripping over yourselves to like make Ray look good. She's like totally out here making everyone look bad, and you're all talking about it behind the scenes to each other.
So rewind, because the picture I'm getting that you're painting seems to be that everybody's on board for Klaus to kind of elevate his celebrity. They have to kind of put up with Ray because that's Klaus's wife. It's caused a lot of disruption, a lot of fractures because the behavior is so extreme. It's bleeding out into the community. People are starting to see it. It's becoming indefensible for some, and it's starting to look like they need to like tend to their garden a little bit. But why are they elevating Klaus? What's the point there? Do they see him as the spokes guy, as the most capable person? And who else has co-signed Klaus, if not just for his friends?
I don't know. Fettuccine Split is just, again, the fattest person on UFO Twitter, and he's just trying to simp as hard as he can.
Okay.
Tell him to show up, show his face, and prove me wrong.
If you're out there, Fettuccine, pop in.
He is the fattest, and he's making like fat memes. It's funny.
Dude, the fat memes.
The thing that's weird, guys, is that the Klaus, they try to raise him up like you guys just mentioned, but he doesn't use his real name out there, which I think that if you're trying to be raised up and elevated,
don't dox him if you don't.
No, I'm not. That's not what I'm going to. What I'm doing is, and saying someone's first name isn't doxing them either, but I'm not going to say that anyway.
Do what I think you're going to do.
The point, though, that I'm getting at here is not that. It's that usually when people are trying to hide their identity like this, they're up to some sketchy ass shit. And the reason why they're hiding their identity is because they don't want all this sketchy shit to ever get tied to their real name and what they've been doing. Because they know if they go to another job and they get Google and it turns out that they're doing all these sketchy DMs and trying to like do dossiers on people and manipulating people behind the scenes, that people are going to find that stuff and it's going to look poorly on them. And that's the part where it's like, I think that when you're like that, you really need to evaluate your life decisions. Also, just to clarify, did you say they came from Reddit? Is that what I heard earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. I have them pegged as Redditors through and through.
KMF is a Reddit toxic, like 4chan Reddit D-bag. Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Okay, cool. Thanks for the clarification.
KMF get banned from Reddit?
No idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I would guess.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. So they bring their Reddit. They bring their Reddit group
from every social media platform. He's a pariah of this community and any community he's part of.
Well, you can tell the guy's got a lot of issues. Super, super toxic. That's why I was so surprised.
I'm terrified of him. I'm terrified of him. Yeah.
Why? Why are you
terrified of him?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He'll hold everybody hostage. Yeah,
really?
Sure.
What do you think he'll do to you? What are you afraid of?
Oh, yeah. Like you heard them. They're planning on delivering the worst to me. I'm sure.
Are they going to scapegoat you for some of the stuff that maybe they've done?
They'll try.
Now, stuff. I mean, a lot of the people in chat are wondering what this stuff is. Like, this group is known for going out harassing, doxing, putting pressure on people. They seem like they organize some of these group things.
Like bro, the doxing stuff. Even when the job calling thing was happening, I was like, yo, maybe you should reach out to people's family members, right? Like, if you're feeling like, yo, you're getting your job called, time to hit back and call people's family members and let them know what's going on.
Oh,
and he was like. They were ready to take it to Child Protective Services.
They should have.
Right. And then I was like, wait. Like, I want to make people aware that they're calling, like, I have the job was like calling a medical thing. And it was like, maybe we should make people aware that this is a real serious thing. And he's like, no. Let's get people, KMF's like, let's get people's kids taken away from them.
And does KMF does he have any kids, or has he ever been married or anything?
Does he have any kids?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? He's probably not allowed near his school.
So this guy that would do that is co-signed by Klaus, the person's being elevated up. They're friends.
Oh, big time.
They're big time friends. And that wasn't known at first. That was actually kind of kept from the community as far as
KMF will do. Ray and Klaus both know that they command KMF.
And
100%.
is that why Ray is always stating over and over again? It's
it's
crazy to think that I can control anyone. She says that's
she tries very
that's
much
madness.
to control
She literally says over and over again that would be madness for me to control anybody. But the reason why she's saying that at all isn't because there was accusations from the ether about this. It's because someone showed DMs from her telling them that she was going to unleash KMF, and it would be foolish if she didn't use any. This is in a recorded space. This next step.
I listened.
It would be foolish for her not to use anything at her disposal to defend herself against something, referring to KMF as an asset. And then someone came in and corrected her and said, Ray, what are you talking about? KMF is not an asset. He's a gambling addict from Massachusetts. And then the tone changed a little bit. The reality of it sank in, dude. Like, why is this chick calling this insane guy who you're afraid of, who has all this dirt and does all this crazy shit, unhinged shit online? They command him.
Yeah, for sure. And like, go look, like Lou Reviews doxed me, and like Uplifting Tweets is going and hanging out with them next minute, right? Because they're just children, right? Like they don't care about who they hurt.
Do they respect the field of citizen ufology at all? Like, what's their perspective on us as a community?
I don't know. Like they never talk. Like you bring them into spaces and they yell curses. They don't ever really have conversations about the topic. I mean, KMF is a smart person. I'm not. He's very good at looking.
He's like autistically smart though, right? Like he's got
and he's also like in the moment. Like he's got a head full of facts. But I mean that doesn't make up for the rampant psychopath that he is.
Yeah. Real quick on the Ray stuff. It wasn't. I remember I was on some space where I got kicked off or something, but it was like she was manipulating some guy, like making herself seem available to him or something like that. Am I misunderstanding that? But like, and then she said, "Oh no, I wasn't manipulating that guy at all." Is that where that story comes from?
Yeah, Ray's like wants to be a therapist for a bunch of people.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
Right. And I don't think it's anything romantic. I just think there's people who need to be important. They need to seek like constant pats on the back from Ray is that person. She came to social media to feel good, even though she goes around spreading toxicity herself. She's like, why is my food feedback negative? And it's like, well, your input is negative, right? So
yeah, that seems to be the deal.
It's very true. Like, whatever you put out there, it comes back to you, right?
And like, hey, look, am I on your feed going like, oh man, woe is me? Oh
no.
I kind of know why people are pissed for the most part.
Yeah. You gotta have some self-awareness in the mix. That's something that I think a lot of these guys lack, is the ability to like look at how their actions are really reflecting. And when they start to see pushback, they assume that it's a conspiracy against them, as opposed to people just reading the room and not liking what they're seeing. You know what I mean? Like, and I think we all have the right to call that out. But in this instance, Mike, this has caused a huge fracture. Do you think, I mean, when you look back on the last couple of years in ufology, do you think you maybe made a wrong turn with some of these guys? Do you wish you wouldn't have gotten involved so much with these guys? Like,
yeah, I wish I knew pretty early, like how this wasn't about the topic. Yeah.
I mean,
man, I can't wait for Mike and I to have a drink one day, martinis together. It's going to be a great day. Real quick, because I think Ray is going to cry if we talk about it anymore. I want to just change the conversation if that's okay. Is that so the Lou Reviews debate you did with Lou Reviews, how would you assess your performance in that debate?
Like, given that I had very little time to prepare, like it was kind of ad hoc. I've never participated in like a formal debate, like in a public forum. Like, it's always been like in a classroom setting and all. I watched a lot of Christopher Hitchens debates on YouTube, so like I know generally the format, how these things are conducted. And like, that was, so I felt like, for what I was, I really just brought some studies and some, like, I treated like I would my job. Like, just
you came prepared though. You came the most prepared.
I tried to. Yeah.
I thought you were doing great until you left. I mean, did he, you don't have to say what he did to dox you, but like, did he say your full name or give away private information?
Yeah, I had asked. So in order for you to be on YouTube, you have to create a channel, right? And so, like, I guess, like, if Google just created a channel using my Google name, and, like, I've uploaded some videos there, and, like, it was only really ever, like, I don't know, it was never really a channel, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just something I screwed around with, and, like, you couldn't go on my Twitter really and never find me really plugging the videos. Maybe it happened once. So Lou Reviews made sure. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, a better picture from Mike for sure.
Mike, we just hit. That's all we got. That's all we got. You
No, tell
Lou Reviews picture is
show
good
his
though.
face on this. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, Lou looks great. Lou's looking good.
Damn, that was so bad, and I just lost my fucking spot.
But yeah, so what was about? They doxed you through YouTube.
Yeah. So they keep using my YouTube as a reason to say my full name. He's been using my face and my full name for like a while on his channel. So the only thing I asked at this debate, I was like, bro, just don't dox me. Don't do that. It's not what I wanted. And he did it. That was the one rule I had asked for.
I think
so, like I'm the kind of person when I come to an agreement and I'm like, hey, there's one rule, right? And like if you're that guy who lets that one rule get like walked all over, you're not a guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think you would have won that debate, dude, if you would have stuck around. Because
you should have stuck through it, dude. I was listening.
Oh,
like,
well,
I think if you would have rolled through that, you would have looked really good.
Well, you were ahead. You came way more prepared, and I think that the reason why Lou dipped into that so early was because he didn't see it going that great for him. You know what I mean? Especially since you guys made that arrangement or that agreement ahead of time. So you could have had that.
The format wasn't followed too.
The part though where you were like, you had your notes. I could tell you were taking notes, and you were like, "Here's the things I'm going to address," and it only took you like 30 seconds to nail them off, dude. That was fire, man. That was really good.
The other thing is Kimball's not even moderating the damn thing. He's like, "Here's the format."
Yeah.
And like Lou is just constantly violating the rules. I'm like, bro, this is not. It was a joke. So like, as soon as he doxed me the last time, I'm like, rules aren't being followed. Just like whatever, I'm out. And then,
Hey, maybe we get around too, though. Honestly, I think that next time, if you had just stuck through it and played it out, like it would have gone even better. Because the problem is that once you leave, and I sat in there for like another 5 minutes, and then you got Lou Reviews just talking mad shit after that. He's like, and this is why he's so weak and blah blah. You know how Lou Reviews is and what have you, and like it just, I don't know. It was a little disappointing, not because of you or anything, but just because I expected that thing to play out longer, and I got like 10 minutes of entertainment out of it. But the thing too about people like Lou Reviews, right, is that he, from the skeptic side, people like it's so, like you said, he's so emotionally invested, and like he got slighted at some point in the past. Like people like that, you can just destroy them in a debate because they don't have any hard facts or logic to go with their things. It's just like it's all from a place of emotion related to them. So I would definitely like to see a follow up with you guys at some point in the future.
Yeah,
no point. He's never going to take it seriously.
I want to see this.
And I want to talk to somebody who I would rather talk to somebody who's going to like offer some sort of intelligent response.
I want to see this, Mike.
Sitting here fucking making fun of fucking overweight people. I would fucking own you in a fight. I would sit on you. Oh, yeah, if that's what it took, yeah, I'd do that. But fuck, I'd love to see you fight UFO Shane. He's 6'4". He would crumple you into a fucking piece of origami. I would love to see you try and back up that fucking mouth of yours, Mike.
Hey, Joyce, you gotta come
to
here
see that, man.
I'll start it over for her.
Some other dude to fight me.
This is great. Also, is that picture of Lou Reviews from like 20 years ago? Like,
yes.
That was definitely a pre-Elizondo
Talk
Lou.
about some beta energy is like, yo, you know who will beat you up? This guy, not me.
Is Joyce there? Should I start it over or just keep from where we're at?
I want Joyce to hear this as well.
I want Joyce to hear.
I want Cosmic Dahlia.
She heard it. She was in the chat. She's over there.
Okay, cool.
Fuck, I would pay to see that. Fucking pay. You need to get fucking knocked out. You need to get punched in the face. What?
I love the way he says bullshit here. Listen to the way he says bullshit coming up here.
Like, honestly, sometimes people just need to get punched in the fucking face and they stop talking all that bullshit. It's like sitting here fucking making
all that bullshit.
He's so mad, dude.
I get it, Rich, but these are literally Corbell's meme maker. Elizondo's followed the other dude a bunch of times. Like, we're not the ones who are making them a thing. They're being made a thing by people within this movement. Gary Nolan is constantly interacting with King Milkfart, the worst harasser, goes around accusing people of rape and stuff like that. I wish this wasn't a topic, Rich. I really wish it wasn't.
This is the thing where Lou has so much hate in his heart from the like, you can just tell he has so much hate in his heart. He's so angry at everything the world has let him down. You know. So, Mike, would you, if you fought Lou Reviews, who would win? Who would win? Do you think?
And chat, UAP Mike versus Lou Reviews. Who do you guys got in a fight?
Chat. Can we get a poll in this chat? I want to see a poll, but I also want to hear what Mike's response is to this.
Well, I don't fight fair. That's number one. Okay.
That's fine. This is no holds barred. I mean, I just grab his balls, whatever you got to do.
Yeah, if I'm going to punch somebody, I'm not going to tell them. They're probably not going to see it coming. Those real fighters don't. Real fighters don't put it out on YouTube that they're going to knock somebody out.
Mike's just like, I'm going to take a cheap shot on this man.
Yeah, like don't worry. Like it's something I'm not advertising if I'm ever planning it. So and like it's so weird to be like, yo, Shane will crumple you. Like what? What kind
like a piece of origami?
Energy is this? My wife would be so embarrassed if
Stop
I ever
him talking all that
that
bullshit.
None of these people are married who talk like this. By the way, none of these people like have a serious relationship.
Yes, yeah.
Women don't respect that.
People saying, Mike, no contest, says Zach. I think I might have run it. Over here. Sorry. UP Mike, Lou is very round. Buddy James says Mike on this one. Johnny Party says they would end up making out.
Oh.
Schizo's enemy. Mike sits on him and gets the dub. Wild rifles. This is why there's so much infighting. They raging on Lou now. They ragging on Lou now. RJ says tie when they both run out of breath and collapse 30 seconds in. UFO Lake Group says Mike. Anthony Jones, member, we love our members here, also says Mike.
Mike takes this
goes in. This is Mike round 2 because Lou will gas out. Let's be honest.
That's very generous.
Mike 100%. Stone Ape says Ashton would win the fight.
Oh.
Zach says Mike no contest. Yeah, I think that's about it.
I like that. I got Mike on this one too, man. Lou sounded winded from even talking about it. He started to halfway through just throw Shane in for him. He was already tapping out.
Yeah, the problem with Lou is he's got no endurance, right? He's going to start wheezing after like one punch, and Mike's going to take that punch, and that's it.
I live streamed myself dancing for disclosure. He can't. You ever seen him out there dancing?
Not
Mike, if Keem set it up, would you do it?
He held like, look, bro. All right. Here's some truth. You want to talk about how out of breath uplifting tweets would be on all of this, dude. Uplifting tweets is the fattest person on Twitter. I'd say fattest person I've seen in a long time.
This is a claim. Uplifting, if you're listening, this is a claim you could easily dispute by just showing up.
Fuck you, uplifting.
You know what I mean? I mean, this you don't confirm or deny.
You're gonna go high five the guy that doxed me. I'm gonna tell everybody how fat you really are.
I'm gonna dox your weight.
Guys, I bet we would get disclosure if we just had like a fight off and we just had everybody just like fighting off one another one-on-one matches.
I don't think that dude can jump rope.
No, they can't. And a lot of these people, they'd be out like right away. First round, some of these people are out in 5 seconds. We get disclosure within like one night.
Mike, would you do it if Keem set it up? A boxing match between you?
Disclosure?
No, you versus Lou Reviews.
In jump roping?
We got Ashton versus Julian Dory.
Dude, for if the winner gets whatever they think is real or whatever, I'm taking it all. MH37 videos are getting proven. I'm taking everyone.
You're gonna get on that TRT.
I'm
We're gonna
be
meet
scrapping.
TRT Ashton.
I'd take Ashton. I'd fight Ashton. I'd take
you wouldn't take Lou Reviews.
Like over me, honestly. Or MMA, whichever. I know I could take him.
Let's make it happen, Keemstar. Make it happen.
Dude, for charity, guys. Let's really do it for disclosure.
Do that shit.
Yeah, dude. Let's do it for a superconductor or something.
I'm be honest with you, I'm no fighter or anything, but I just do it. I'll just do it. I'll do it for MH370.
I do it too.
I don't react to people punch me in the face, generally speaking. Yeah. I have been punched in the face a few times at Jets games for not my fault.
Dude, Pittsburgh is crazy, dude.
Where I was standing and someone threw a punch.
But you're a Steelers fan, right?
Dude.
Uplifting BMI.
Oh my God.
Wow. Well, Ashton, if you're down, bro, I say there's enough people who would be down that we could do something fun, I think.
Yeah.
I would. If Keemstar is actually serious, I would 100% do it. I have like a list of people that I would like to fight in the
Oh.
community. I have like a list. Like, Mike isn't even on the list.
You're not the kind of person who should be having lists of people to fight, dude. No.
I mean, it's not a real list of like I keep it there, but if what we were gonna do it, I mean,
who do you want to go against? Who do you want to go against?
He wants to beat in chess. Like, I feel like that's the list he should.
Who would I want to go with? KMF would be up there. I don't think he's number one. Mick West is probably number one. I would probably want to box Mick West number one.
That'd be a good fight.
KMF is probably top 3. Cambian is probably up there.
Oh,
and
that would be
Reviews
good.
Would be higher, but Lou Reviews would be no challenge. I mean, I'd actually be afraid he's gonna have a heart attack.
Cambian is like, he's another one out there. I'll tell you, I ran into his little organization, bro. He had, I don't know if he was running it, but there was a bunch of people, and he'll threaten you. He's like, he thinks he's I don't know, some sort of attorney. I don't even think he is, but he's like, he looked into my background. He looked into like what assets I had. Like, yeah, he talked to me. He's like, yeah, I know all about you. I was like, what the hell? You looked into me like this?
Why are all these people clowns, man?
They're
like, I didn't
insane.
expect this much when I went to the UFO community. Everybody's a goddamn clown. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy out here.
I've been calling everybody a clown. I'm a clown.
You're
but
right.
I've been saying, his fat face way on to the side. I do get punched in my fat face. Yeah, that's how I know.
Was that real that you've really been punched by Jets fans like multiple times?
No, I've been punched at Jets games.
But not by Jets fans. Are you a Jets fan or are you a Steelers fan?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm a
confused.
Jets fan.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa,
Now I
really?
just feel bad for you.
I thought you were like ride or die Pittsburgh.
Well, I mean, I live in the Burgh. Yeah.
The thing is, East Coast, all the cities are close to
But I
one
grew
another,
up-
so you
I grew
can't
up
know.
Jets fan,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, whatever you grow
All
up as. Yeah.
Especially KMF. Like, yo, he's a masshole. And if you guys don't know about massholes who are really,
I do.
Yeah, bro. He's like a masshole that should be like incarcerated, I think.
No, I think he like literally should be incarcerated.
Yeah,
Like,
he was
I think it would
talking
be
about
good
calling
for society.
CPS on like Tupa and stuff, and I was like, dude, don't do that. That's so weird. Like, why are you trying to like ruin generational? Like, he tries to like visit trauma onto people's kids.
Oh yeah, he's been hurt before.
Weird,
Yeah, it's
man.
weird. And like, oh, bro,
Oh.
say that's not true. Say it's not
Stop.
true. Too.
Let's talk some smack about him real quick. So,
Dude, could
real
you
quick, I have a
imagine
question.
having your daddy issues on display like that, like
Yeah,
for the whole
seriously,
world to
it's
see? dude?
major
Just
daddy
every time you
issues.
speak, you're just laying it out, dude. Couldn't
I think
imagine.
it's like
daddy
dad
issues,
touched
dude.
him. Like, I think
Yeah.
it's something real weird.
Oh, that's
Dude,
that's.
it's
I'm not
hard.
gonna say. I'm not saying that, but
I'm not going there, but that's pretty dark. Is that stuff about his girlfriend real though? Do you think he really flipped a table or whatever and then
I
got
don't think he has a
arrested?
girlfriend, but
No, I mean, there's no way he has a girlfriend. Let's be honest.
yeah.
No
Did he
chance.
flip a table? Did he?
Or like once upon a time, maybe there was a girl that was
Probably.
pretending.
The
To
lie
be.
detector test determined that was a lie.
he definitely flipped a table.
Yeah,
Quick question, Mike. I got some questions in a chat. Do you know who Richard Budd is? Any guesses? If you had to guess.
I don't think he's anyone. I think he's like. I think he is like some DOD guy. Yeah, I think he's. I think he's like naval
Is
intelligence.
it the DOD guy?
Lore. We need lore here, guys. No one knows what we're talking about.
Could it be there's an account on Twitter? His name was Richard Butt or Dick Butt. Interacted a lot with UFO Twitter. Interacted with me. Tried to correct something I was doing because I defended John Greenwald at one point because these guys were calling everyone. It's a whole deal. So Richard Butt's in the mix. He seems to be he poses as kind of a shot caller, right? You say DOD. Could it be the connection that Uplifting has? I mean, why is this guy involved at all?
I think they're two totally separate.
Okay. Could it just be KMF sock puppet account pretending to be someone important?
Nope. I've heard the dude in his
That'd be
space.
hilarious.
I've heard him talk.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't think I'd be ever like. I don't remember what he sounds like, but I know he's not anybody. It's not anybody I've ever heard before.
Oh, Mike, can you address the allegations that you are addicted to mushrooms and Joyce is addicted to Oxycontin, which I think is
They
discontinued?
said Oxycontin?
Yeah.
That's how you heard her laugh in the back.
I don't think it's pretty hard to be addicted to mushrooms, considering like
It's impossible, actually.
yeah, considering like you build up a resistance, so it's not habit forming for the most part. If
Yeah,
anything,
by week 2, you're into
psilocybin might have built up my tolerance to bullshit, and I was like, enough. enough of Fettuccine being an obnoxious Paxlovid douchebag. That guy was such a jerk off to me so many times. He had to apologize. And to my wife, bro, he apologized to my wife. Not even to me.
What does Joyce think about what they've been saying about her?
He literally reached out to her on his own. I've never been like, yo, Fettuccine, you need to apologize. I've never.
Mike, can you ask Joyce what she thinks about what they've been saying about her and stuff like that? Carlos saying her aneurysm and whatnot.
You can come over here. Huh? She's not. Well, she just doesn't care. She doesn't
Yeah.
knows like what? Yeah, I know they're gonna try and hurt her. You know, whatever. It's what are you gonna do? They're mad about truths. Carlos is ultimately probably just mad about something he did himself.
Do you think he's displaying? Do you think his new girlfriend is liking the behavior he's displaying?
Carlos,
I don't know. I don't know anything about. That's something his wife or my wife and his girlfriend was like, yo, we've met in your spaces. I don't even want to get into it. Like, it's something him and my wife or his girl and my wife were talking about. Not something I talked about with Carlos. I don't give a fuck about who he's trying to have relations with, okay? But, like, his wife was talking to his girl was talking to my wife about it. And, like, I guess, like, she had enough. And I guess Carlos is mad about something she did.
We got another great question in chat. That's Bad Kitty says, Mike, can you tell us why Uplifting Tweets wanted to take down Brian Johnson?
I don't know.
Yeah, what was that all
Uplifting
about?
Tweets, he's just like I told you, he's the kind of guy who likes to hurt people. Genuinely. Like, yeah.
He's made memes of all of us. I like that he did apologize to Lou. And maybe we'll play that. I think I have that real quick. And then we're almost done here.
Deal with UAP Mike and all of this just incessant.
Hurt, then you should have never challenged them in the first place. And if you leave, you lose.
This is where he
you
apologizes
lose. You
Lou
lose.
reviews.
It doesn't matter. You lose. And that's all I really have to say.
I'm sure they're crying. I'm sure they're having a space. They're very, very upset about it. Uplifting Tweets will go to you, and then back to all things.
Hey, first, I just want to say thank you for unblocking me. I totally get why you'd be hesitant. You know why. I know why. Whatever.
Hold on a second. Wait a second. Because this, honestly, I've been waiting for this moment for a while. Please don't write it off as you know why. Can you explain to
No, I
everybody
wasn't
why?
done yet. Yeah, I will certainly
All right,
explain that. And
okay.
I also want to explain why I'm here. I'm not going to go into that into detail. I just want to share my fucking horror experience this past few days with Mike, and echo some things I heard you say years
These guys
ago
are
that I
so
always
fucking
thought
dramatic.
fucking crazy. Number one being, I remember you clearly being like, UAP Mike's the kind of guy that would show up to a UFO conference with a gun. And when I first heard you say that, I was like, he's fucking crazy, man. Why would you say that? And I'll be honest with you, these last 4 days, my experience, I've just stayed silent and watched as these fucking lunatics have just, crafted lie after lie after lie about me. And I just sit back and I watch it and I'm like, you know what? And then they make threats to so many fucking people and everyone stays silent because they're scared of them, because they don't want to be the next target. I guarantee.
Real quick, who's talking was a question. This is Uplifting Tweets talking, or Fettuccine Split.
To you, what's his face? The guy that held that last one, Kimball. He's next on their list. He's fucked. They're gonna be coming after him like you wouldn't believe. And that's how these sickos.
Well, did they already come after him after some messages that he had in a private?
That was Uplifting Tweets. That was him and all his friends. The funny thing is, like, it's fucking hilarious. It's hilarious. All of them, like, they're all accusing themselves.
He's in our chat, right? Isn't he UFO intros? Isn't that who Kimball is? Yeah. Yeah, these guys all just project, right? Like the literal thing they're doing.
Kimball will tell you I was the first one to like really talk to him about this stuff. Like, it's so funny. It's hilarious.
Oh, cool, he says to being next.
I'm sure he's really worried about me.
So look, Kimball is really just about that. And for those that don't know it, I'll just give you that story if you have a minute. I mean, we can just sit here and chat if you want.
Man,
all right.
let's chat.
So,
sorry,
and look, no, let me go back to the other thing because
no, this might be a
I want to address. I also want to address Lou and say I totally get it. I have definitely anyone listening here. I've made memes that are offensive towards Lou, not just Lou. I've also included Michelle and stuff. So I'm not here to like deny that. I've done it. I'm not a perfect fucking person. But again, I think a lot of people look at my account and think uplifting tweets is some love and light shit. Like I get so many messages from these older ladies that are like, hey, I don't understand why you're so negative. You don't fucking get it. I'm here to have fun. You know, like this is what I'm here for.
Oh,
and I'm
here to
sorry
have
if you've been on
fun.
the receiving end of that, Lou. I'll be honest with you. These past few days, man, I've never felt more connected to you since back when I used to watch UCR.
It's fun for these guys, right? This is just straight up troll behavior.
Where's why is UFO intros? Get him on here. Let him talk about what really happened.
He says it's funny. Uplifting tweets DM me 2 days ago and said I wasn't going to harass him because their hands were full. I mean, this is just straight up sociopathic behavior.
Yes,
this is sociopathic. People wonder what the term sociopathic means. It means that you have nothing going on in your life. So instead, what you're going to do is you are just going to try to tear other people down every day, all day to get your jollies. That's what being a sociopath is. That's what everybody who was attacking Mike here, and Mike was probably guilty of this in the past as well, but all these people attacking him and Cosmic Dahlia, that's just straight up sociopathic behavior.
Cancel culture BS. It's crazy, man. This is it's crazy that it came to this.
They were loving Kimball, man. They were gonna put him. They wanted to put people in jail. Oh yeah, they were talking about they had some people in that chat that were like, we're contacting feds. Oh yeah.
How long until Ray makes Klaus tweet about this? Dude,
yeah,
the drafts are already going.
And he tweets you, Ray, you for 100% bitches to Klaus until he tweets things for sure.
Dude, Klaus has said some straight up lies.
My wife is. I mean, I've complained about things until my wife has tweeted them, and vice versa. That's just how that goes. But definitely is. If you're pretending that's not happening, it is.
I just want to know, Mike, can you get these people's Reddit accounts? I want to know their Reddit accounts. All these are Redditors, 100%.
I couldn't care less. All these people are obsessed with me. I'm not obsessed with them.
That's true.
I could care about the Reddit's accounts, where they're from.
Great attitude.
I know Fettuccine's a fat shithead. He's fatter than all of us, and that's why he's afraid to show his face.
You should actually. You know what? So remember when you were DMing me, Mike, and you said that you secretly know the MH370 videos are real. I just want to go ahead and make you an honorary member of MH370X. I appreciate you for DMing that to me. These guys are obviously the phonies. You're the real one who knows the real truth. I just wanted to appreciate you. Thank
Mike
you
was
very much.
convinced that Regicide Anon was Grush for like a day and a half.
Yeah, there was a
Dude, that was a big thing. People were all about that when the videos were getting big.
Convinced of that. A journalist convinced.
Ooh, which one?
Reached out to me personally. He was like, "Yeah, what do you think of this audio?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was shook. I was shook for a little bit."
Was it homeboy from the debrief?
No,
Yeah,
no, not anybody, not a UFO person. Wait, like an actual journalist.
Give us the deets.
Can't.
Come on! It's not gonna hurt.
I'm still talking to this guy, and he did Grush, and he fucked that up too.
This goes to show how dumb mainstream media is. That people thought that Regicide Anon was Grush. People were saying that I was Grush before. I don't know if you remember before I revealed my name or whatever. This guy's
in mainstream media, but still
mainstream media.
I would expect somebody with media. I was convinced, literally, I had no idea, and a real journalist can almost convince me that was Grush. And I'm like, but it's not. It's not. With these AI filters, and I've learned a quick lesson about that. You can. You'd be surprised what you can make sound like someone.
No, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. I've seen the craziest shit. Within 30 seconds, you can have your whole voice doing AI videos now. It's pretty damn bizarre. But yeah, the mainstream media on this has really let me down. And I don't want this to be about MH370. But one thing I do think let me down was that I said, here's the leaker of the videos. Go find Edward C. Lin and go to his house. I expected the media to go and figure out, is this the guy that leaked the videos? This is either true or false. Nobody does that. Instead, they're busy trying to figure out, is Regicide Anon the David Grush? Come on, man. What
Ashton, I think you're responsible for this new surge of thing. Maybe it was the 10-year anniversary anyways, but there's this new campaign of
whatever Ashton is not the... I don't think he is. The video itself and the hype around it, that even pre-existing Ashton was a thing. I think that did push for more resources to look into this. So like it's one of those weird things where I think it's a really an intelligence video, and it's an intelligence product that went rogue, right? Somebody let Edward C. Lin or whoever, somebody bit the bullet and released that sucker, and they shouldn't have, right? And now, like, the United States government's like, shit, like now they really gotta find this plane so they can put an end to this like idiot video that they helped circulate.
Honestly, one of the narratives I would actually run, like, if they had some strong evidence that they could prove that, I would actually think that's possible, because I think they could fake that video.
I'm the only person. Well, think about who's the only person that can fake that video.
Yeah,
who's
the government.
The only person who's going to have knowledge of these assets
exactly
to convincingly fake this video. It's an intelligence agency.
But yeah, then the question is, so they got to find the plane, because otherwise this shit is going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, or what have you out there. And you're right, this isn't about me at all. It's never been about me. That's the crazy part. People try to make it about me.
This is about, Ashton. This is about the sensors that they keep where that plane went down, that they don't want the Chinese to know that are there. Right? The
SOSA system, Cyber system.
I don't know what
they don't want people to know.
Is, but whatever is the set of sensors that they keep wherever that plane went down is the reason they don't want to talk about where the plane is, because then it'll become abundantly clear that they have really sophisticated sensors wherever that plane went down, and then that'll be tipping off the Chinese or whoever, whatever adversary.
Look, we found common ground here. This is great. Mike, real quick, what do you think? Now we're getting your hot takes. What do you think about the mummies? What's your situation on the mummies?
Another intelligence. Yeah. I don't know if I think it's.
You think they glued the bones together, or what do you think?
I think there is some sort of I think it's some sort of really sophisticated production that the intelligence community is possibly involved with. I heard stories way back that those mummies were taken out of the hands of somebody and put into the hands of Masan by someone related to the intelligence community.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, that's interesting.
Someone who is generally informed on these things.
Don't worry, I got more questions for you. What about the John Stewart alien video? That's been making He's on Twitter now. He actually followed me right away when he had like 100 followers.
I think I've debunked that video. Were you talking about the alien interview?
Yes. You know which one. DNI alien interview. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I come from a PPE background, right? Personal protective equipment.
Oh, don't give me the excuse that, they weren't wearing enough protective equipment, so therefore it can't be real. Is that what you're going with?
I'm just telling you, there are porno shoots with more convincing PPE standards.
That's actually a good argument. I like that.
Yeah, so
I guess the question though is like, is there
the rarest entity ever like in possession? These mothers couldn't be bothered to wear a gown.
Well, what if they knew there's no threat,
again,
right?
Ashton, you're going into. I'll be happy to answer these questions if you want to ask them objectively. But
go ahead. I want to hear. I'm in healthcare too, and I think you are. So go ahead.
Yeah. Well, so do you work with infection prevention?
I did actually during COVID.
You worked with IP. Okay, so let me tell you.
The infection control nurse. I wrote the audits for all the COVID shots and what have you, or not the COVID shots, but the tests that they did for people.
All right. Well, in IP protocols, you would see there's a problem right from the get-go. That these people are wearing, number one, they're wearing hairnets, right? Why do you wear a hairnet?
Yeah, you don't want to get the hair into people's.
You don't want to get
whatever,
hair contamination, right? Generally speaking, or sweat, right? There's all sorts of reasons these guys are wearing hairnets, but then their sleeves are rolled up, and they're all over the alien, bro. And it's just like none of that stuff jives. None of it.
So this is the video we're talking about, right?
The question here for me,
how they were concerned. They're like, there's no safety issues, but they're concerned about. There is the occasional like colony can grow. There is some stipulation in it. And I swear it's like, well, even if there is the smallest risk of infection or like some sort of contamination, you would be fully gowned. Those guys would be wearing hoods with tubes. Okay. They're not.
You're right.
Tells you this is not a serious situation.
That's honestly a fair point, I think.
But what if they know it's not a threat? That's the flip side,
even in the description, it doesn't matter. When you say no, it's not a threat. Describe what that means to me.
Well, that means so I think of the EBO scientist post. Are you familiar with the EBO scientist post that was on Reddit like a year ago or something like that?
Yeah, this is the one that they worked at like some lab in Maryland.
Because like the big thing was like that they were excreting their excrement as ammonia or whatever, and it kind of jived with the James Fox stuff in South America where like it might be toxic. Because then if that's the case, then I would say you're right for sure. Like look at that dude's bare arm right there. I would not be touching a fucking alien if it could give me some kind of cancer.
You're talking about PPE from only one perspective, and I can hear it, right? from the user being protected. There's PPE works two ways. We're
You
protecting.
think they got to put the alien in the
user.
bubble?
Well, no. We're protecting the user, and we're also protecting the patient, right? You understand? So,
oh, I see what you're thinking. That we would give the alien a virus. I don't think they give a shit if that alien lives or dies.
Oh yeah, they do. That's why they're examining it.
John Stewart
I mean,
said,
they're flashing like lights into his eyes in the dark.
John Stewart says, "Look at the mouth. They didn't have this in 1991."
Ashton, the whole crash retrieval team is like prepared to like do triage on these aliens and keep them alive. Do you think they're gonna like? Yeah, they want to keep them alive.
Real quick, chat. Is this video that's been circulating and trending? Do you guys think it's a real alien interview? Tupa, what do you think? We haven't talked about this yet.
No, I don't think
It's
it's
just
a real.
the movements, right?
For the movements, like even like if it's a sophisticated puppet, that's fine. It's the way that it's being handled and the way that it's being filmed.
Yeah,
Like,
those arms.
If I was gonna film something like this, I would do it in the same way. And it reminds me of the Alien interview where it's like in the beginning it says this alien, the lighting had to be dimmed so that to accommodate the sensitive
Because of his
eyes.
eyes.
But then
Yeah.
the one light source in the room is a spotlight directly into the eyes of the alien, and it's conveniently shadowing everything else. Like that, if I was going to create a special effects shot, I would light it the same way. I would keep the room dark, and I would do.
Thing
all
is,
the
I
things
don't
they're
think it's a
doing here.
puppet though. There's not like his neck is so skinny, you can't even fit your arm up there.
There's
to, like,
a lot of
hold it
dark
up.
though. There's a lot of dark all around it, right? There's a lot of shade.
The
understand how
body
deep
of the alien or the person being in the puppet could literally be dressed in black, and because of the high
Mhm.
contrast and the lighting, you wouldn't see it. It's just that's the way that it is. There's literally one light source, so there's hard light and hard shadows, and that's the best way to do an effect like this. This is why they had the T-Rex. That's why it looks so good in Jurassic Park, right? It was moonlight, it was rain, it was dark, it was rain. All the things that helped sell the shot
Yes,
was
great
incorporated into the shot, and that's how they make. That's why they make things like this. You know what I mean? Like, if I know that if I was a camera guy and I was asked to go into a thing and film this thing, like this is some like off the books like procedure. They're just wiping wherever. They're like, there's usually a nurse like grabbing the things. They have to take all the wipes and catalog them. They have to take those and weigh them. They have to do all the stuff that's not being done here. This seems too haphazard.
This is where this is some sort of emergency. This is not a procedure, right? Where they're prepared to, they're just like reacting to somebody in an or a patient in an emergency. That's the scenario.
He kind of does have a point with his mouth, though. This mouth moving is kind of interesting, but also he made the claim that this was shown to Congress. Does anyone believe that?
Oh, I believe it. I think Congress is getting shown some bullshit. Whether or not you believe this is real or not, I think Congress is. I don't think Congress is.
Someone probably showed it to them. I don't think it was an official source. I think somebody was like, "Hey, check out this video."
Sometimes Congress walks out of those meetings like, I don't know, dude. They're probably shown something.
No,
like
Ashton, you're right. You pointed this out all the time. You're like, Congress knows less than like the person who knows the least in the UFO Twitter space. You know what I mean?
Truly, I actually think that they actually know less than people in the UFO community, which, I think there's actually a lot of people who know a lot in this UFO community. I think all you guys know more than I do, for sure. And I think Congress knows less than I do. So that's just a sad state. I'm going to go in another direction on this. This one has always creeped me out of all the other UFO. There's just something about it. I can't argue against what Mike said because I think he's right. If like, let's say, for example, that the EBO scientist post is right, that means this might be toxic to even touch. They should be having full PPE gear. I would expect them to be in a bubble, honestly, at this point. If
or at least a gown. Why are you not
or full gown? Like, you shouldn't have your arm like exposed.
I'm thinking like Chernobyl,
Yes.
nuclear.
I can't argue against that, but just something about this looks really real to me. It weirds me out when I look at it.
Are made by Disney, bro. I guarantee that thing is made by Disney. There's a made by Disney tag on that sucker somewhere, and they were probably contracted in some sort of super sneaky way to make it. Go look up who Ward Kimball is. If you've never heard of who Ward Kimball, go look him up.
Real quick, I have some inside info on this because Jon Stewart was on Alien Addict podcast, and I watched when he was on there. And he's the one who's done all the research about this. And I asked him, what percentage do you think this is real? And he said 87%. And he said, I'm probably gonna get this wrong, but I think he said it was like 10% chance that like a studio made it and then like 1% chance some random people made it. Like, but there was like the significant percent chance that like a studio had produced it.
Jon Stewart doesn't know anything about PPE, and I would not take his.
That's true. You want to know something? I think there's like a 99% chance I'm going to potentially interview him, though. I want to talk to him about this video. I want to ask him the questions like that Mike just said about the PPE and other thoughts about that like I don't think he's ever been asked before.
He said some interesting things about Lockheed Martin recently too.
Y'all remember that? Wasn't that redacted?
He ran for governor. Did he used to be a wrestler or something too, or no? He just ran for
something
governor.
Like
now he has
that.
all
I mean, he had some. The thing I like about Jon Stewart is I feel like he's a guy like me who's just a normal dude who had he got access to some crazy stuff, whether or not it's real or not, and then he's just wants to tell the world about it and be like, look, man, this is my story. This crazy thing happened. I looked into these videos. They look like they're real. Here you go. And that's why I want to talk to Jon Stewart, because I get a vibe from him where he's not selling a fake story. He's not trying to self-promote himself. He's just like, guys, this video I've been told is real by sources I trust. Here you go.
Terrestrial Material says he was a wrestler, yes. And also, he does seem excitable, though. Some of these people seem like they might be getting a little too excited too easily. That's the vibe I get from him. I don't get, like, grifter liar. I feel like he might be someone to be, like...
You mean, like, when he talks about the revolution and stuff like that?
Just his general deportment and demeanor. I can maybe bring up we covered his Lockheed thing on just the way he talks. I don't know. I get almost like John Ramirez vibes. Mike knows. Like sometimes people are just like boomers and into the subject and get excited, and because they had a little bit of a name, they could get on a platform.
That is John. He's got like boomer enthusiasm vibes.
The red flag for him is that he's like, oh, I got an email from a random guy and he told me this story and I'm running with it. And I'm like, dude, if I ran with every story that people emailed to me, like I've already got scammed once. I ran or like they're really far. I get a lot of weird ass emails of people claiming stuff, like, and I don't like 99.9% of the stuff.
Jon Stewart is prepared for the levels of, and I think we've all kind of experienced it to some extent. Probably, I've seen it. Not that I've ever been like a target of anybody like trying to influence me like in some overt means, but I've seen it. I saw it happen to Deep Prasad. I saw them reaching out to him, and like it was real weird. And I think
they do that to this day. Yeah,
Stewart.
I'm sure Ashton's got a bunch.
Deep Prasad told me that Deep Prasad messaged me like super early in the morning. I published the text, and he said like, "Yo, I'm gonna tell you, I'm about to be part of some like team about to brief Trump on UFOs, and I'm telling you because I love you, dog." And I'm like, "What the hell is this?" Like, all right. Why would you tell me?
People love to dangle stuff in this field. Not
I
Deep.
know,
I think somebody was dangling that in front of Deep. You know what I mean? I think Deep is just probably excited as you be, but there's always
and like I saw that whatever they're doing to him, he's like, "Yo, look how cool this is." I'm like, bro, they're trying to get to you.
That's what Grant Cameron says. They feed the ego. That's what they did to Tom DeLonge.
Ron Pandolfi, I think Deep told me, Deep told me that Ron Pandolfi or somebody tried to hire him to run Joe Firmage's outfit. Deep said like they reached out to him to be the CEO of Joe Firmage's outfit. And by the way, Joe Firmage, last I checked, is in the slammer somewhere in Utah for like stealing some old lady's money. So yeah, let's just say Joe Firmage is probably not the guy you want to be in business with.
Good call, Deep, on not doing that. Now Deep has a satellite. Shouts out Deep. We'll have to get him on soon.
Deep has a satellite named after him?
No, he's part of a bigger company, GenMat. They do AI designed like material, like actual down to the atomic level.
Yeah, he's another liar though. He's another like little gatekeeper. He's got all his little secrets. He likes to keep.
I've never really interacted with him.
Ashton, you actually should totally interview him.
Messages where I was like, "Yo, I'm going to be working for Trump." Yeah,
Didn't he get abducted, or what's his story again?
Yeah, he had he didn't get abducted. But he had a close encounter. He saw like 3 beings. He got taken down by this same group that's attacked all of us, and now is attacking Mike in 2020.
No, bro, you should dude,
you should talk to him.
He got fired from every organization he was like a part of, or not fired or quit. I don't know. He's got a problem with everyone everywhere he goes.
Not with me, but you should talk to him, Ashton. It'd be a good science talk. He's really into like quantum computing and stuff like that. You should talk to him about that.
Yeah, I've got a few people lined up though. Actually, surprisingly, a lot of people want to talk to me about stuff because I like to talk to people who are authentic. You know, like I'm not going to name names right now, but I got a DM from somebody who was bragging about all the people they had interviewed, and I looked at the list, and nobody on the list was people that I want to talk to. I want to talk to people that I think know the science of some of the stuff that's going on in ufology, or people that I think are genuine people in general. Like I want to talk to Jon Stewart. I think he's a genuine guy. Whether or not this video we're looking at right here, this alien's real, I think he's telling a story that he thinks is real for sure. And those are the kinds of people I want to talk to, right?
I put deep in that category, so just FYI.
Okay, no, that's a good recommendation. Maybe I will speak out to
you
or reach out to you.
No, he's a good guy.
Cool, man.
Cool. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about before we close out here? Any other topics? Did anything
Guys,
else?
No, I think this was fantastic. I think this was incredible, Mike. I cannot thank you enough for coming through and telling us your side of the story.
Stop using that terrible picture of me.
Agreed.
Send me another one.
We won't.
That ugly.
We'll never use it again.
No, you know what? Actually, Mike, I like the one of you selling wine. With
I like this one.
Collared shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, show us which picture should they use. Let's do review.
More pictures. Nope.
This is the new one. We're going to enhance this one.
Like I need as you can tell. This
with the red glasses on.
Yes. This goes.
Are those sunglasses you're wearing right now?
Dude, those are shroom glasses. Everything looks amazing.
Okay.
Dude,
I'm sure they're trying to get the cops called on me or something.
I'm not judging.
They're trying to get your wine taken away. Ashton, thank you for coming through, man. Red, this was an amazing show, guys. Chat, thank you guys for being here.
Real quick, Mike. Oh, did Mike already leave? Oh, sorry, Arthur. I tried. Mike's gone.
Oh,
it's Shadow Realm.
Dude, he just bounced. Mike was like, I'm out. Peace, y'all.
He was like, I'm not answering that question.
He's gone.
That was a sweet stream. Honestly, guys, I said in the chat, but I've done like 80 podcasts, and this was one of my favorite streams that we've done. I wasn't even the subject of, and like people are like, hey, why are you guys doing the drama? Blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? Sometimes you got to change a pace. Like talking about super advanced technology can destroy the planet or whole civilization. It's pretty damn dark, man. Sometimes I just want to talk about some lighthearted drama that's going on in the UFO community. There's a lot of crazy ass people in this community.
Dude, it's so crazy.
We got drama alert in the chat. Fred Durst called. He's flagging us for copyright due to Mike's outfit. That has an aging rock star vibe.
Fred Durst, if you are out there, I saw you retweet me the other day, sir. I want to talk to you more than anyone else right now. I don't even care what it's about. Tell me about your experience. Tell me about what you think about the UFO community. Me talking to Fred Durst would be amazing. I used to sit on the bus when I was in Singapore for going from home from high school and listen to Limp Bizkit just on repeat, guys.
You would go to high school in Singapore.
I did.
True story. I mean, remember, dude, like it's Billy Corgan and Fred Durst. They're gonna start a podcast, dude. That's in the mix. That's in the mix, dude. Okay, real fast. We gotta bring.
Dude, if Fred Durst wants me on his podcast, I am in. You want to talk about MH370, Fred Durst? I will be there.
Dude,
tomorrow.
Yes, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we got
Kimball.
Speaking of chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water, we got Kimball in the mix. Kimball, go for it.
Hi.
That's a Limp Bizkit album title, by the way. That's a real album title that they had.
Yeah. Anthony Jones said, "Great stream tonight," and also want to shout out Stoned Ape again. Said, "Show us your orbs, Ashton." Ooh. Also, Keem, if you're watching, Ashton said he's down for a boxing thing. We got to get a ufology boxing thing. There's at least 3 fights that would happen. I think that would be fun.
Oh yeah, at least.
Where is Kimball? Like somewhere in like New Zealand? Why is it so light out there? It looks like he's at a restaurant right now in the daytime.
He's at a Mormon church.
Oh, he's in a
hotel. I'm in Kansas City.
Oh, for the eclipse.
Can you guys?
For the eclipse, right?
Yeah.
Are you our guy on the ground for the eclipse? Are you going to meet up with Shane?
It's like 3 days away.
Yeah. Definitely not
Are you down to live stream during the eclipse or no?
Definitely not. Shane.
You're being a skunko right now, huh? You don't want. You're being a little sus. Huh? It's okay. We already got Shane. And that's a reminder, everyone. On Monday is the eclipse. Shane lives in the zone, and he's going to be. We're going to all experience the eclipse together.
Through Shane.
I'm going to meet up with Carlos, actually.
Hell yeah. Good, man. Good.
That's cool, right?
Not Carlos. Carlos.
It's different. It's a different Carlos.
Carlos.
Yes,
ask him if he's down, and if we could get you and Shane both getting it, that'd be kind of cool to see how it's different at different parts of the country.
I wish I could meet up with Shane, but
no, you do you. Whoever is in the path of totality first You know what I mean? We'll just pop in, hopefully say what's up. See the
It'll be me. I'll be before Shane for sure.
Oh, $20 for Panda's webcam.
Oh, the funny thing is, that's a bad kitty. Panda has the same exact camera I have. He just can't get it in focus.
Oh no!
Keep that up there. We really
thank you,
Nowadays I'm all about the fatty. You better get some. Too busy hating, ain't getting none. Me, I'm all about the fatty. Ain't getting none. Me, I'm all about the fatty. Yeah, they ain't ready for.
Woo!
Hey, I think Estimate actually might be in that exact clip that you just played.
I think he is. That's why I decided to put it in there. Honestly, I edited that together from a friend's music.
Nice.
I made that. Yeah, Kimbo, I didn't mean to bore you. Sorry there, buddy. No, I'm playing. Kimbo, what'd you think about the show? Give us your review of the stream and what you think about the next one. We got Vetted.
I'm surprised you guys win that. First of all, I was like thrilled.
Shouts out Vetted.
I opened my phone up at this barbecue joint here in Kansas City, and I saw UAP Mike, and I was really like thrilled about that.
Yeah.
But I didn't honestly really listen to any of it up until like the past 15 minutes, so I don't really know.
Which barbecue place are you at?
Q39.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I know about that one. That one's one of the newer ones.
What?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I know
you should
all the barbecue
live
places
there,
in KC, but it's like pretty late there. I'm surprised they're still open.
They're probably closed
Was
now.
Was Bob working? Tell Tammy I said hi. Ashton's a man about town in KC, dude. I love it.
I know a little bit about the place. I'm not gonna dox myself, but I'm familiar. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
you got to go to Arthur Bryant's, or you got to go to honestly Joe's, Oklahoma Joe's. It used to be called Oklahoma Joe's. Now it's just Joe's Barbecue.
My Uber
it's a
driver-
gas station. You know your barbecue's good if it's in a gas station.
That's actually facts.
You always look for the
Very
hole
big
in the wall.
in New Orleans, you got to go to the gas station for the chicken.
Red looks for
Literally
hole in
ask
the wall.
anyone on the street where's Joe's Barbecue, and they will tell you right where it's at. I guarantee you 100%.
Yeah, Vetted is actually a friend of the show.
Is he coming on soon? Did you guys see my appearance on Vetted earlier today?
I saw part of it. I like that you guys mended that. I didn't even know you guys had a little tiff. I love that. I love seeing tiffs mended, bro.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I heard great
Yeah,
things.
it was kind of a weak tiff. Like the reality is, like people started
Yeah.
coming at me and making these Twitter videos or YouTube videos about me, and I kind of reacted, and I shouldn't have. And then Vetted saw it, and it kind of led to this argument or whatever. But it was a pretty much misunderstanding. Like that actual interview, I thought was better than anything I could have done on Rogan, which I thought was really good.
Damn,
You know, a lot of people, of course, still think the videos are fake and what have you, which, you know, whatever. Everyone's allowed their own opinions and what have you. But we had a good conversation, just like a dude-to-dude conversation. I thought it was great.
Before that, he said that his interview was going to be the one that you would have done on Rogan, and he was like hyped on it. He's like, "This is."
You didn't even tell me that ahead of time, but when I saw it, I was like, "Actually, yeah, that kind of makes sense." We talked for like 2 hours, 15 minutes, or something like that.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, Vetted's a great interviewer, dude. Great show. Go check out Vetted if you guys can. Go sub if you guys haven't yet. Guys, I got to roll out.
Fun stream, everyone. We learned
Good
some stuff.
stuff.
We're glad to hear Mike's doing well. Cosmic Dahlia. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And Monday's the eclipse. I'm so hyped. Are you in the? You're not in the zone, right, Ashton?
Nah, I'm further away from it, and I'm not driving.
Well, you're welcome to hop in if you want. Shane's going to be in the zone. I'm going to live vicariously.
I
through
do want to
Shane.
kind of see it. Someone can video it for me. I want to watch in real time.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get it live from multiple POVs.
I can't
See
wait
if
for all
we
the
see,
earthquakes or whatever.
there's a
The portals are
demon
going to
comet.
open up and demons coming out, whatever.
Yeah, fuck yeah. If it happens, we're gonna see it there, guys. If you don't have a stream to watch all the crazy demons come out of the ground during the eclipse, come over here to Skyfire Live. We'll be streaming it. We'll be covering it as we do every day, 6 p.m. West Coast time. Red, you crushed it. Ashton, thank you so much. Guys, we're gonna play you out with some music. This one's dedicated to UAP Mike.
See you guys later. Bye.
If I could turn UAP Mike, I would find a way. I would take back all the things that I said to hurt you. And you'd say, if I could tell you Mike like I, if I could tell you it like I, if I could tell you it like, if I could tell you it like I, if I could turn UAP Mike, I would find a way. I would take back all the things that I said to hurt you.